Welcome to part two of our discussion of the Batman epic retrospective, where we're going to be talking about all the Batman films and TV series combined. As you know, my name is Justin Llewellyn,
and I'm Eddie Williams,
and tonight we're going to be continuing off. Now, as in our last discussion, we discussed most of the other live-action films up until Batman and Robin. And after the success of after Batman and Robin came out, it was pretty much at this point it basically killed the image of Batman, because while the film was a modest success at the box office, it wasn't what Warner Brothers had hoped, because this was actually the first Batman film that got trashed by not only audiences but also critics combined.
It's funny because they try to do their peers towards the kids because of the toy lines, and the kids even bashed the fuck out of it, saying, what the fuck is this?
Well, because even the toys, they were like profitable, but that was what it was.
That's
what
I'm saying.
Commercial.
And a lot of their toys were bought before the movie.
Yeah.
Heavily before the movie, because that's how 90s kids used to do it. But now, dude, like, that wouldn't get by without seeing the movie. They probably would not sold them any toys, but yeah, I'll tell you right now, everybody, and even the kids, it was heavily trashed to the point they're like, okay, it's dead in the water. However, there was a potential fifth movie.
Yes, let's just bring that up real quick. So, after Batman and Robin came out, Joel Schumacher pretty much said that he blames Warner Brothers for this, because if you ever read the interviews of him, and he actually did a commentary, he actually apologized to his fans, saying, well, there's actually an interview I saw, and I quote, "If there's anybody out there who, let's say, loved Batman Forever and went into Batman and Robin for anticipation, if I disappointed you in any way, then I'd like to apologize, because it wasn't my intention. My intention was just to entertain." Unquote.
Yeah.
That's literally what he said, because he actually says Warner Brothers is the reason why that film didn't work.
Yeah.
And so basically, after this film tanked, we actually had an idea that Joel Schumacher had in mind to do another Batman film. He was going to go back to the darker roots of Batman, calling it Batman Triumphant. Basically, what it was an idea. He was actually going to have George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell come back, but he was going to go for a more darker angle that Burton went with.
Even though George Clooney is an issue of your movie, dude.
Yeah,
but if darker tone, maybe it might have worked.
Yeah, so the original idea I had in mind was that I was kind of interested, because
Batgirl coming back.
I can't remember.
Or they were going to write her off.
They were doing something.
I think he said he was going to write her off.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of his things he said he wished he didn't bring in.
Yeah.
He doesn't think that it needs a Batgirl.
Yeah. But the idea they had in mind is very interesting, because it was going to come out like 99 or 2000 or somewhere. But basically the idea was that they were going to have like Batman confront like his fears and stuff, to see like Man-Bat and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And the villains they had, here's what really gets me. The casting would have been fucking cool. They were going to originally have like either Nicolas Cage or possibly Jeff Goldblum to play the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And they were also going to have they were going to bring
I think Jeff Goldblum would have been perfect.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
They were also going to have Madonna to play Harley Quinn for the first time on screen.
Yeah, Madonna would have been some odd years too late, in my opinion.
It was still late 90s.
If you would have gotten her around the Dick Tracy when she loved to do roles, yes, but I think around late 90s is when she's like, I'm just going to be a music singer like I'm always been.
Yeah, but here's the thing with that, was that they, instead of like in the comics and in the animated series where Harley Quinn is the girlfriend of the Joker, this actually was supposed to be like a direct sequel to the original Tim Burton one. The reason being is because they wanted to change it to where Harley Quinn in this version was the daughter of Joker instead of the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And actually, believe it or not, they were actually going to get Jack Nicholson to do a cameo in like a dream sequence, because the whole plot was going to be about Scarecrow taking control of stuff and things like that.
Where she could see her father.
Yeah, well, no, Batman was supposed to. Batman was supposed to have a hallucination where he would see the Joker. And it would be Jack Nicholson.
That would have been cool.
It would have been interesting, yeah. And we were also going to dive into more of the darker elements of Batman and like everything like that. They were also supposed to have I believe they were also supposed to have like,
I think this one was also the one where they wanted to refer to it as the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And not Batman no more. This is going to be the more Dark Knight-ish.
It was basically, it was called Batman Triumphant.
Well, I'm just saying they were going to go with a more Dark Knight-ish. they were wanting him to be referred to in the movie as a Dark Knight. The Dark Knight.
There were, believe it or not, this was at a time when Warner Brothers, they had a lot of various plans for Batman, but unfortunately, because of Batman and Robin's failure, unfortunately got canceled. But, like I said, the casting would have been really interesting, because I would love to see Jeff Goldblum play Scarecrow if he ever got a chance to.
But people don't know the amounts of how bad Batman and Robin fucked up this franchise. They knew, okay, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I even think George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell said, this is over with, man. Just give it up.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that movie never got made, so they ended up scrapping that idea. The following year, here's where it gets the irony comes in. The following year, while Batman in the animated series had a success with, especially with Mask of the Phantasm and stuff, the following year in 1998, we actually got an animated film that was basically what Red Robin should have been, which was Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero.
Basically, an unofficial sequel to Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, it's in the same universe and it's in the same universe as the animated series, but it does its own story.
Yeah, its own story. Yeah.
So in this one we have, because I actually grew up with this movie too. This one is
I've
basically
seen somewhat of it.
This is the one where we have Batman and Robin having to take down Mr. Freeze, and in this one we have Mr. Freeze doing a similar plot like Batman and Robin, where he has to find a cure for his wife, and this is the one where he ends up taking. He wants to use Barbara Gordon as a way to use her blood in order to basically to do a donor, like a donor, organ donor thing for his wife.
Yeah.
And I gotta admit, like, if Batman and Robin would have took this fucking angle, this could have been a great movie. Because this movie actually
spends a lot of more of emotional tone with the how he's desperately doing what he can to bring her back.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
The bad thing with the movie, the Robin movie, was the fact that, okay, we went with that at first, but then we're just going to have fun with Mr. Freeze. And it was weird to see him so happy and having fun and jumpy joy when he was going through that shit.
Yeah, totally, it was all over the place.
Yeah, so this one kind of did it a little bit better. Way better. This one, better.
Like, it was straight to video, but it still worked because this was a film that it went straight to video, but it captured a lot like the animated series did with its animation stuff, and it also showed that it was a lot more, grounded with its story with Mr. Freeze, and you really feel bad for the guy from the shit that he has to go through, and stuff, and so there's more on the detail, but it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember really enjoying it, and it's not like it wasn't really great because it really did feel it felt really kind of like really a little too quick, because like the main plot it really just felt like it was an extended movie of like the show, basically. What liked from this was Mask of Phantasm was that this one felt like an extended episode of the TV series.
Yeah, just more of an extension of fillers.
But it's still good.
It still was great. Yeah, I remember I can't remember like all of it. I do remember some,
but it was still good, and
and the voice actor.
Was great. Especially the guy that voiced Mr. Freeze. He was good.
That's what I was saying. Mr. Freeze did really good.
But overall, though, with that one, I haven't seen it all the time, but I still remember it. I still enjoy it. And with that, I give it like a compelling grade on the Film Phreeks meter.
I'd give it a compelling grade.
Yeah. So after that movie came out, Batman was still having success on television.
Yeah.
And there were other things that, while Warner Brothers was still trying to get their projects going away with Batman in the live action form, we actually got other series that came out that really skyrocketed, including 1999, we got Batman Beyond, which that's the series that really showed, okay, we're taking Batman in a far future this time.
Okay, now this one, I do remember vividly of it being on TV, but I will admit, I didn't really tune into this one.
Yeah, this is around a time where I was still getting into Batman, but this was a different...
Well, let me say this real quick. I've already kind of hit mid-teenager-ish. I grew up at the time where I, like, my generation went out and partied a lot.
Yeah.
So there was a time where I kind of just like grew out of shit, and I just went and partied, and my focus was girls and friends.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get to this.
Yeah. This one, I remember fondly growing up with it. I don't remember a whole lot of it, but there were a lot of episodes I got into, because basically the story with this deals with, you have I believe the same writer who did the original animated series, he came back for this one. They got Kevin Conroy come back as an older Bruce Wayne. It's in the future Gotham. It's basically called Neo Noir or Neo Gotham or something like that. And you have Bruce Wayne's retired because he's old age, and basically the storyline deals with Terry McGinnis, who's like this kind of teenager that's been having some stuff going on in his life. There's a plot point that happens where, spoilers, his dad ends up getting killed, and then he ends up going to Bruce Wayne for help. Bruce Wayne ends up training him to become the new Batman, and that's why I call it Batman Beyond. And they actually do take a lot of great like things with Batman Beyond. Like they show like some of our old school villains, but also doing new villains that you later see in like comics and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a good show.
Not
but,
to mention the ones they left from the old one they never got to.
They actually bring back some of the classic ones like later episodes. Like you
Joker,
see,
of course.
Well, nah, we'll get to that. They bring him back in the movie Return of the Joker, but the other ones they bring back Mr. Freeze and all of them like as older versions.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway. That was a huge success, and I'll be honest, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember enjoying it. Yeah. So with that, it's kind of hard to really judge because I didn't really see all every season, but I remember I didn't like it quite as much as the first animated series, but it was still good. Yeah. So with that, I give that one probably like just a compelling grade.
I unfortunately can't give this a grade. I didn't really watch but I maybe saw maybe an episode or two, so I felt like I can't give this a grade.
Yeah. Now, due to that success of that film, they ended up doing a success with its own film coming out called Batman Return of the Joker, which came out around 2000 or 2001, one of the two. This was a film it was direct to video, but it was also based off of the series. This is the film that got me into the series because this movie right here, this really got me curious because they actually brought back Mark Hamill as the Joker, and they took a pretty fucking dark element like they did with Mask of Phantasm.
Yeah, and now with that, like you said, they didn't really bring him much in the TV Beyond, and he really wasn't. We haven't really seen him in how long?
But at least since the animated series ended. Yeah.
So it's been, god damn, it was a long time without a Joker.
7 or 8 years, I think.
So this is probably the longest hiatus.
Yeah, because the series I think ended like 94 or 5, I think, something like that. So about I want to say 5-6 years. So, but this one got me really hyped, and when I watched it, man, that movie was like it wasn't as great as like Phantasm, but it was still like up there. It was definitely definitely up there. This one we deal with, like I said, Terry McGinnis. He still has Batman and everything, and this time we see that a familiar face comes back. We have the Joker because Joker has his new gang that's in going around and stuff. And there's actually a fucking great backstory they do in this that I gotta admit was the darkest that I saw of an animated movie, where we see, spoilers, in flashback form, we see that Bruce Wayne, because it actually goes back to when Bruce Wayne was still young as Batman. Yeah. He ends up, him and Batgirl and Tim Drake were fighting crime. One day, Tim Drake gets up getting captured by Joker, and Joker ends up basically trying to force him to become his own little Joker, like himself, basically.
Brainwashing him.
Yeah. And then Batman discovers, like, all this is happening, and they play, like, this weird, like, old footage and, like, film footage and stuff like that.
I remember
it plays really, like, it goes, like, a really psychological level.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we actually see that Joker finds out who Batman is. We actually find out that he knows that he's Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
And it goes to the point where, depending on which version you see, there's two. The Batman ends up like losing shit and like beating the shit out of Joker.
This is where Batman, for the first time, gets rid of the "I don't hurt or kill." Yeah, and he actually is ready to kill.
Yeah, and so
it's got a lot to do with the Joker taunting him, especially with Drake.
Yeah,
and he just can't handle it no more. And I don't see how Batman went this long without with Joker and just can't fucking,
can't handle it.
I mean, I couldn't handle this dude after one time. I'd have to kill him.
That's what I'm saying. And then basically he gets to the point where Joker is forcing the kid Tim Drake to try to kill Batman right there. And there's two different versions depending on which one you see. There's a version that's the edited version where it shows that Joker gets electrocuted and he dies. Mm-hmm. And there's also the uncut version that
Drake is
laughing.
He's turned into Joker, like his color, like everything.
And then he ends up shooting Joker right there, and he ends up dying because
the bang thing
shoots him, and he's like, "That's not funny. That's the actual uncut version.
Yeah.
The edited version shows that Joker got electrocuted.
And now that's where the blood was showing. Yeah. A lot more blood in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And basically, that's the first time you would have... It basically makes you wonder, like, did Joker really fucking die? Mm-hmm. And then...
And yeah, and what was weird is you're like only like, what, midway through this movie?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, hold on, there's got to be some kind of twist here.
Yeah, because Joker still survived because he's in the movie, the rest of it.
Yeah, it's like, what?
And then, as we later see, going through the rest of the film, Terry McGinnis is trying to stop Joker and his plans and stuff, and then we get this fucking great twist that happens where he discovers that Tim Drake was actually manipulated by Joker. Basically, the Joker's memories lived on through this kind of like implanted kind of thing. They put it in like his ear, in like his brain, and then basically because the Joker's memories went inside him, he became Joker.
Which, by the way, will be in something else I'm going to talk about later in another show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a great fucking twist. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then in the end, he ends up defeating him, and the Joker's memory is gone completely. And yeah, so pretty much that film, like, to me, like I said, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember finally enjoying it. Yeah. With that movie, I'm gonna probably give it like a high compelling grade.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, a high compelling grade on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if you've never seen the anime.
I mean, I've seen it. It's just, like, I remember a lot vividly. It's going to come back to mind. When it comes to the animated, I legitimately watched them when they were first new, so it's kind of hard. Yeah, I would literally not go back to them.
If you've never seen the animated show, Batman Beyond, you might actually get into this one, because this one really stands apart where you don't even have to watch the animated series. Yeah. So, anyway, after that, when this one came out, it was either around this time or a couple years later, they decided to bring in more of a crossover experience.
A new Justice League.
We forgot to mention this. At the time when Batman the Animated Series came out, a couple years later, with the success of that show, we had the Superman Animated Series made by the same creator, Bruce Timm. He ended up having successful with that line of series, which I grew up with as well, and that was a great show.
Yeah.
They decided to do a crossover event by bringing them all together and do Justice League.
Yeah.
Which came out in 2001.
I mean, we've already had something similar in the 80s with a different name, but it's the first time they actually brought it back in new.
Yeah, in a more updated version. They decided to. Yeah. And also, here's what they changed. In Justice League, they had Batman and Superman voiced by their respected actors, Kevin Conroy and the other guy who voiced Superman from those shows, but they also introduced us to Martian Manhunter and Green Lantern, who in the comics he's known as Hal Jordan, but this is the first one that we got to experience where he was John Stewart, because in the comics Hal Jordan was the original. Yeah. This one, for the show, they changed it to where he's John Stewart, and then they later introduced him to the comics. Yeah. And then we also get Wonder Woman and all them. Yeah. So this was a show that I grew up falling with, and I remember enjoying a lot.
I watched some episodes in this one a lot with Joker and Lex Luthor working together a lot.
That was cool. Yeah. And
and I'll tell you right now, that's the Lex Luthor we should have gotten in Batman
because
Superman.
Clancy Brown, if you remember, who played the Kurgan from the Highlander films, he played fucking Lex Luthor.
Pet Sematary 2, the dickheaded fucking correctional officer in Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, he was a great fucking voice.
Yeah, he actually does pretty good. Not to mention, a lot of people don't know this, he's in SpongeBob.
Yeah, he played Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a great show. And with that one, I haven't really seen in a long time, but I remember really enjoying it. Mm-hmm. I'm giving that one probably just a high compelling on the Film Phreeks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go compelling. I remember I really liked Joker and Superman's chemistry. Mm-hmm. Joker and Lex Luthor's chemistry. Yeah, what Batman vs Superman should have been. Yeah, the bald, tall, kind of strengthy, strong, but all serious, not want to laugh. Lex Luthor. Then you got Joker fucking pissing him off. But they're on the same team, but he's like, you dumbass.
Yeah.
I mean, you can almost see he wants to say, you dumbass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And also, this was a show that got me introduced to The Flash, because I enjoyed The Flash in this a lot. Yeah. Now, after this came out, we also got its own sequel, which was called Justice League Unlimited, which I never saw. But I only saw bits and pieces of that show, so I can't really talk about it.
I can't talk about that either.
But while this was going on, keep in mind, as far as the films they were planning, believe it or not, Warner Brothers had a lot of different ideas for about 8 years until the next one.
We're still going through the hiatus on the live action.
Warner Brothers was still struggling like how to... Because, the other idea they had in mind was they were going to do a live-action Batman Beyond film that director Darren Aron... I believe it was... that was this other director was trying to do this as a way to show like the futuristic Gotham and stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the reason why that project didn't work was because the director thought that while he liked the idea, he stepped down. So instead, he was like, yeah, never mind, I'm not going to do that. So it was actually the director that called it quits.
Yeah.
So he stepped out, so that project never got. Then they had another one that they were going to do called Batman Year One, which was going to be directly from Batman's first year as Batman.
Which, we're going to get to that one, because they did do an
They actually do an anime one.
But he's talking about live action.
Live action, yeah, they wanted to originally do that.
Yeah.
It was going to be where it showed Batman's first year as the Dark Knight, which that never came. That one, I believe, was also going to be directed by Darren Aronofsky, who directed Mother last year. So that would have been interesting. Then we had another project that came around, which was, believe it or not, we had two of them. We had Batman versus Superman, the original idea that they had, where it was going to be basically Batman and Superman going at it together. But that one has a long. They had a whole hard time coming up with a script for that because they couldn't come up with ideas for it.
Yeah.
The other one they had in mind was they had the movie planned for this one called Batman Dark Knight. It was just called like Dark, and then it had like capital K and Night. That one, they really pushed the boundaries because in that one you actually had Batman killing people. So they were going to really push
go with a more
horror basically event. So the projects they had lined up for Batman, I found interesting.
It was like basically a shit fest, crazy fest of like 13 to 20 people getting their own ideas. Everybody was trying to bring Batman back, and everything fell through. Yeah, every time they
believe it or not, here's the funny thing was that not to backtrack, but the one idea I do wish they could have done with was Batman Beyond, because since I found myself really fun with the animated show, that's actually out of the projects I would love to see.
There's two Batman projects I think they need to do that it seems like they won't do. They keep going back to the origin. Yeah. When can we get a Batman Beyond and an Arkham?
Yeah.
Where it's set in those times,
that's
like
what I'm
at
saying.
Those places. Why we get them in like animated or video game form mostly.
Yeah.
But why the fuck can we not get them live action?
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
We keep going back to the origins. Everybody's like, don't do that. Okay, we got our own idea. We don't want to do origins. We got our own idea. Okay. And it's really nothing special. Go to Arkham or the fucking Beyond. I promise you will get everybody fucking invested.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But after all the plans pretty much fell through with that, it wasn't until around 2004 when a well-known director, Christopher Nolan, who was off of the success of Insomnia and Memento, he came in with his idea to basically bring back Batman to do as an origin story.
Yeah.
And this is where we get now to what I consider probably be one of my favorite trilogy of all time, which is Batman Begins, starting with Batman Begins 2005.
And this film came abruptly out of nowhere for me because I didn't really know. Again, this was probably the year that I don't really like to talk about these last couple years before this film came out. On top of this year, the year it came out in 2005, because I was going through some very bad personal things going on. And it was, I was making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
So this was not my fondest memories, but I wasn't paying attention to films as much either.
And here's the weird thing was that when this
movie came out of nowhere on me.
It did, but also here's the weird thing. I didn't see any previews for it yet because the only reason I knew this movie existed, the first time I noticed it was I walked in the theater one time. I believe it was when I was seeing Jarhead, I think. Me and my dad walked in there and I looked at this poster that was over there. I was like, what is that? Batman Begins. Like, the fuck? Are they continuing with Batman and Robin doing like a different...
like he returns but begins again?
Begins again? Like, what the hell is that?
That's what I thought when I was like, Batman Begins again. And then I started I caught on to a trailer. Back in the day, this is the end, pretty much the last straw before people got online.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, 2005... internet still wasn't as good yet.
Yeah, we were still
kind of
dial-ups.
Dial-ups. We didn't have much Google shit.
We were getting Wi-Fi created.
I saw the begins in on my on TV.
Yeah,
and I was like, That's what I thought. It's like Begins again. It's probably another one replacing him. Okay, they replaced him with another actor.
Yeah,
they got rid of George Clooney. Got another actor. At the previous. Then I'm like, that guy looks awfully fucking young.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. This is starting from the beginning. It's like, is this a fucking prequel to the Tim Burton one? Because that's what makes you wonder. Like, is this a fucking prequel?
And that's what I was thinking and all this stuff. And I don't know, something about it was just like, I will admit, when I first saw this was not grabbing me as much.
Yeah, when I went into it, I was like, this is throwing me off.
You gotta think, I'm still, let's see, 2005, about 19 years old at the time.
Yeah.
So, not only am I out doing my thing, it's just something about it. Just I don't know. I felt like it was too adultish for me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Didn't it feel weird? Like it was too drama? Like it was a drama movie? Like, to me, it felt like a drama movie.
Yeah, because from the previews, it was like they were going for more serious tone. Like,
yeah, I'm
okay,
like,
that's kind of weird. You got Batman like going through his origins. Like, wait a minute.
And it just felt like you see him practicing as a ninja and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta think, my young mind at the time, you can't blame me for not understanding film.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what it was other than, it's gonna be like a One Life to Live drama type shit. That's what I prefer to do.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like it's for me.
And then, now keep in mind, this is actually the first Batman film because I wasn't really interested much. I didn't see in theaters.
I actually did. I actually went out of curiosity with a friend who, it was like a double date thing. He had a girl and I had a girl.
Yeah.
And I just met this, me and this girl, don't get out much. So I get out, first date and all that stuff. I will say, that blew me the fuck away. I expected me put my focus on her. And I will tell you right now, I was shocked.
Yeah, upon seeing the film the first time, because the first time I watched it was on, I believe it was on, actually when it came on HBO, I think. Yeah. I watched it the first time, I was like, dude, this is so great. Like,
yeah,
this is everything I wanted to see out of a Batman movie.
And I'll be honest with you, how you want to know how bad I fell in love with it? You already heard us talk about the Tim Burton movies.
Yeah.
This, topped that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this is so epic.
Yeah. This is everything that I want to see Batman by not only giving us his origin, but also doing a new idea.
And by then, I've already caught on, it's a remake. You got to reboot. This is when the reboots were not known.
Mm-hmm.
If you people were like babies in 2005, let you guys know, reboots in the early 2000s was like, you had one that came every 5 years, and we didn't know what a reboot was.
Yeah,
the term reboot didn't exist. The term was
created after this film, because this is basically said that, okay, you can start a franchise over by doing its own thing. Yeah. Because this movie was made as a response in contrast to Batman Returns.
And the funny thing is people didn't get that term. They're like, so we're supposed to start over again and still acknowledge the Tim Burton and the other ones. No,
it's to start completely over.
People don't understand that. We didn't know what reboots was. We didn't have internet either.
Yeah,
we did, but you can type 80% of things you can type out right now in the Google would probably not pop up back in the day, because Google was not everybody entered everything. Websites didn't exist. Facebook wasn't even created yet. In fact, Mark Zuckerberg was only a sophomore.
Yeah,
junior
was
in
this
high
the
school.
year that he created Facebook?
No, he was still in high school.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
It wasn't created till 2007, 2008.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically with this
somewhere around there.
But with this
somewhere around there, I'm guessing. I can't remember. But I remember, vividly, it's something like that. So
But this movie changed the face of comic book movies forever, because this is the film that pretty much every film afterwards, I'll say this later, because when we get to the next film after this skyrocketed current movies. But I'm saying this film brought superhero movies into a whole new level.
It did. Oh, another thing, people, you guys got to understand. This was a huge deal because 90s and 2000s, especially mid 90s through mid 2000s, not good for superhero films.
Other than maybe the Spider-Man movies and maybe the X-Men movies, it wasn't really that much like going for it.
Well, here's the thing: Spider-Man 1 don't even hold up as good as it used to.
2 does.
2 is still, I will agree with you, and don't get me started on 3.
Well, the X-Men franchise also
X-Men just began, but I did not get an X-Men when I was young. I did not watch those movies. I mean, I watched the first one. No, you want to hear this? I didn't watch the first one until 10 years later. Damn. I was not even into them, dude. I don't know what it was. I just was never really a big X-Men fan.
Well, as far as DC as well, keep in mind when Batman and Robin came out, there were also a decline for other films. On top of it, you also had Steel, which failed. Yeah. You also had, what's it called?
Goddamn fucking Superman Returns.
That was after. No, that was the year after this.
That's what I'm saying. But in general, the fucking 2000s were not good decades.
Because the year, believe it or not, the year before Batman Begins came out, we had another DC film which you would think would probably be good because of the concept they were going for with the character. Fuck no, they had Catwoman the year before that.
Yeah, which is considered one of the worst.
That to me was like films. DC was like they're done.
Yeah,
Batman Begins pretty much made it like okay, this is return to form. Yeah. So Batman Begins, we have Christopher Nolan directing. This time we have Christian Bale actually starring in it as the role, and this time they decided to go with more of an origin story, kind of similar to the Tim Burton film, like how we had the flashbacks. Basically, take those scenes and make a whole movie out of it. Yeah, where you have Bruce Wayne starting out where he's a kid, and you have him pretty much, having his childhood with his friend Rachel, and his parents are wealthy and they own like a lot of parts of Gotham and stuff, and much like you see in the comics, his parents ends up getting killed. And he ends up growing up and becoming pretty much a loner. Basically a guy who wants to like do good for for things and try to... At first he actually tries to get revenge on the guy that did it because he realized that he wants to go for vengeance. But he realizes that on how the justice system is pretty much messed up and stuff, he realizes that he doesn't trust the system. So he tries at first, like it shows in flashbacks where he tries to try to go after the guy, but it actually shows that the guy, spoilers, the guy ends up getting killed by himself by another guy.
Yeah.
Because the mob ends up working with Bruce Wayne to take the guy out. So already from the get-go, this movie is at a pretty good start because it shows that we're seeing like a lot of the triumphs that Bruce Wayne's going through.
Yeah.
And the rest of it deals with him pretty much, getting older, and he ends up wanting to become pretty much a figure for the people of Gotham. So he ends up going over. He
knows he has money too.
Yeah, and when he's trying to get himself, like he gets himself in trouble overseas when he's in like I think China or somewhere. He ends up getting caught in jail.
Well, he ends up getting on a boat and stuff.
Yeah, he ends up going overseas and.
Oh wait, no. Something happens to where he just pretty much said, "Fuck it, I just need to change my life."
Yeah,
something.
That's what it was.
Like he just gets on a boat and just says, "Fuck life." Something bad happened. I couldn't remember what it was. I just know he got on a goddamn boat.
Yeah, and then he got accused when he was in like China or somewhere. He got accused of stealing like food and stuff,
theft or some shit.
And basically, that's where he meets Henry Ducard, played by.
Well, he ends up going to a Chinese prison.
Yeah, he ends up going to prison, and that's when he meets Liam Neeson's character, Henry Ducard, who
in the prison.
Yeah. Do you remember he meets him in the prison?
Oh, I thought he met him like he was going. No,
he offers a way out by basically saying, "You know what? I can teach you the ways of there's a certain martial art. Basically, it's a certain code that they go by. There's a way.
Because he was he knew how to fight.
Yeah,
he was kind of a good fighter.
Yeah,
and I guess that got his attention.
From her. So Ducard wants to recruit him to go for the League of Shadows,
which are going where he ends up having to go to this Tibet looking place,
where he meets
up in the Himalayas.
Yeah, where he meets Ra's al Ghul, played by Ken Watanabe, and he discovers like the ways to train. And basically, Ducard tries to teach him a way to become a man that he needs to be for Gotham.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, like Liam Neeson like really pulls this off, man. I like when he plays the wise old training guys like he did with
Yeah, he's dude. I just love everything he does. I mean, to an extent, Liam Neeson the last 3 years seems like it's just rinse and repeat.
Autopilot.
But back in the day, that times,
yes.
Liam Neeson was spreading out very good.
Yeah. And I like the montage they do because, man, Bruce Wayne goes through some hell when he's trying to train and stuff. You see that Ducard's like on his game. He's like, always mind your surroundings.
Yes, I really got into. See, that's what I was not getting when I was young. I was like, what the fuck is this? And it's because these ninja guys. I did not know. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I've never been used to a Batman like this. I'm like, you got to think we were really limited to what we could look up here.
Yeah,
we did not. In fact, whenever this movie came out, you only saw it in TV or if you went and saw a movie. Yep. That's the only way you could watch trailers.
Yep. Or, well, I got a chance to watch a lot of previews because I had internet. I was watching on Apple.com at the website. Back in the day, I got a chance to watch a lot of previews back in the day.
See, I didn't. It wasn't until, believe it or not, it actually was not until the next year or the year after the internet actually fucking just broke records. Like, it was, YouTube was invented.
That's when it changed.
And Facebook was invented and YouTube was in the same year almost.
Yeah.
And then the internet.
YouTube was 2005.
Yeah. But you gotta understand that.
On early days.
YouTube was only for people who just post their own personal videos.
Yeah.
It was not about, hey, you got a trailer of this movie.
Yeah.
That shit didn't take off until like 5 years later.
Well, true.
But at this time, it was pretty much like trailers and all this stuff, like, you know, what you do on the internet. The internet didn't really change for like, it was like 2 years later, maybe 3 years later is when the internet broke like completely like new. Some shit like that. But yeah. Anyways, back to the movie.
But yeah, basically the rest of the information, basically the rest of the story goes where you have Bruce Wayne who ends up completing his training after he's able to blend in with stealth with the legal shackles and stuff. And then he ends up
test where he can the pepper test and all that. He tested all that.
Yeah.
And if you ever go back and watch 3 before 1, you'll understand that little pepper thing.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And basically it all comes down to the point where he has to make the ultimate choice, because what really pushes the stakes for this for me is that the moral values that Bruce Wayne has to go by in this, we already know from the get-go that he has a code. Yeah. And basically his ultimate test is there's a prisoner they have who's been known for, he killed people. And they want Bruce Wayne his last test is to kill the man that's responsible. And Bruce Wayne is that I will not kill.
There's one thing I don't agree with the League of Shadows is I don't kill.
Yeah,
while League of Shadows says we kill.
Yeah, and so he decides not to break that rule, and then basically it all comes to a point where
he's threatened.
He's threatened
because they said they're going to kill him.
They're going to kill him if they don't, and then basically he ends up, causing to get himself out of there, and then the League of Shadows
fighting everybody,
including the guy that's Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, the guy who's there that runs it.
Yeah, even tries to fight him, but that Asian dude that runs it all.
Yeah, that's Ra's al Ghul. Yeah. And basically he ends up, everything goes down, and then Ducard gets knocked out and stuff, and then he ends up escaping with him, and he ends up saving his life after that, and then this other guy that he met earlier. That he meets, and he says, I will tell him that you saved his life, and he'll take care of him. So he ends up saving the prisoner and saving Ducard, basically.
Yeah.
And basically he ends up going back to Gotham. And this is actually time jumped like 7 years, because he was pretty much gone for that amount of time. Oh, and we forgot to mention this. Michael Caine plays Alfred in this, and I'll admit, he's up there as far as one of my favorite Alfreds. I love Michael Caine.
I actually think Michael Caine's the best. Then I have, I still love the original guy, but because he had nothing to ever work with, can't really bash him for that. But I still thought that Jeremy was pretty good. Irons.
Jeremy Irons, yeah.
Yeah, he did not too well. But again, only 2 films you can tell from that.
Yeah.
So you can't really get into that.
Michael Caine,
Michael Caine, they really the way that Christopher Nolan was able to give everybody enough backstory and build up and enough screen time that feels like they're in the whole movie was amazing.
Yeah.
The build up. I've never seen a Batman live action this build up before. That's why everybody fell in love with this trilogy.
That's what I'm saying.
Because we've never seen something like this
That's
before.
what I'm saying. The way that they're structured, because in between you have stuff where it's in because Christopher Nolan does this a lot, where you have current segments and you have flashbacks. He likes to do a lot of flashbacks in parts.
Well,
but
7
anyway,
years later,
basically he comes back to Gotham and he wants to be a symbol for Gotham, like to show that he's basically to confront fear. He wants to spread the fear around the people, that the criminals that are trying to go over.
And after being gone for so long, Gotham has gotten worse
with its crime and everything. And basically, this is where we get
mobs
to the subplot
where
the mobs run stuff, played by Tom Wilkinson. You also have a subplot dealing with Dr. Crane, Jonathan Crane, played by Cillian Murphy, who is trying to get this one convict basically off charges, because he believes that instead of him going to prison, he can get him to go to just Arkham. Yeah. And this is actually where we get introduced to Arkham Asylum for about a little bit of the film, where Jonathan Crane is trying to basically have his patients by showing fear.
Yeah. And basically he's Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first time we see the glimpse of this is when, the build to this is that Bruce Wayne decides to become the vigilante that he needs to be for Gotham. By doing this, he ends up looking for a cave and stuff, and he says that because bats frighten him and stuff like that, he uses that as a way to become basically a vigilante. And he ends up creating a suit and everything, and he ends up going to Morgan Freeman. We got to mention that Morgan Freeman plays a guy who gave some technology. Lucius Fox, who gives him the technology to make for stuff like spelunking armor and stuff like that.
Basically, he's basically the technologist guy who creates all the major technologies for Bruce Enterprise.
Yes, for Wayne Enterprises. And basically, he ends up supporting Wayne for his technology he needs for it. And one of my favorite parts is the part where they get introduced to the Batmobile. It's the Tumbler, and it's this big tank-looking motherfucker.
Yeah, and it was like all camouflage looking. And man, they're driving in this big facility that's all white, which was pretty.
Loved it. Yeah.
Cinematography, man, the way that Nolan does all these movies is so fucking perfect.
Yes,
I'm talking about 100%. Perfect.
Yes.
And that part where he's driving, he goes, "Do you have it in black?"
Yeah. And we end up getting to see later that he ends up making the suit out of the technology and stuff, and he ends up basically becoming the vigilante known as Batman. Yep. And also, while this is happening, keep in mind, the girl that we mentioned at the beginning of the film, Rachel, she later grows up to be Katie Holmes' character, and he's trying to reconcile his relationship with her and stuff at the same time. And I will say that I don't think she did bad, but I will say that I wasn't like the biggest casting choice for Katie Holmes.
Yeah, I thought Jake Gyllenhaal's sister did it better.
Yeah, I thought she was better in that one. But basically, the rest of the story deals where Batman's, trying to take down the criminals, especially that mob boss we mentioned earlier. Yeah. He ends up going to that harbor place where he ends up going to the criminals.
Selling gun
stuff. Yeah. And he ends up sneaking up on the bad guys and stuff. And he's like, and then he grabs him and he's like, "I'm Batman." Kind of reminds me of the Michael Keaton one.
And we get the first look.
And then
it's weird because you see how small he is, but he's so goddamn buff.
Yeah,
suit and big looking.
Yeah, I do like the suit because it makes it look all kind of bulky.
A lot of people don't like his voice though.
Well, that's more of the second one, because the first one, believe it or not, when we first hear his voice, it's really Christian Bale's voice is still kind of like low, but it's not like overly like done like in the later ones, because he's still kind of talking in his actual. He's still talking in his normal voice, but like a lot more lower.
Yeah.
But anyway, the rest of the story deals where he's trying to take down criminals and stuff, and he ends up coming across the Scarecrow, who's basically about the midway through the movie. We see that the Scarecrow is trying to, because the mob boss that he takes back, he goes to Arkham. The Scarecrow has this new project where he has this mask that he wears, and then he sprays the fear for his victims, and the patients end up seeing like hallucinations and shit. And I'll admit, if they would have made the whole movie around that would have been really cool.
I think I wouldn't say it hurts. I mean, I'm not saying overly hurts the film. I would say going around saying this is my least liked of the trilogy. The reason why, and there's a couple things I'll bring up. One of them is the underuse of Scarecrow, where he's practically 90% without the mask.
Yeah, It was. I mean, when he puts it on, like I like it. Yeah,
but it's just short lived.
It's short lived because you don't wear it too long.
Yeah, he scares him real quick, takes him off. I'm like, I want to see more of that, man.
Yeah, no, they could have put the whole movie in Arkham.
Yeah.
But anyway, Batman ends up coming to stop the guys and stuff. Because actually, the lead up to this is that they end up taking Rachel there, and he has to go save her. Yeah. And keep in mind, we meant to mention this earlier. We also get introduced to Gary Oldman's character, who's Commissioner, who's Sergeant Gordon, not yet, Sergeant Gordon, who ends up trying to figure out who this vigilante is. That's Batman. And that, to me, is also perfect casting, because Gary Oldman fucking nails it.
They build up a lot of storylines where Batman is just going after regular criminals.
Yeah.
And now the crime is turning around, and they still they're not really they don't think that people that ain't cops should be doing their justice. So they're kind of like got a warrant out for him. Like, he shouldn't be doing what he's doing.
Yeah, because we had to mention earlier, when we first see like the actual signal being used, they show the criminals like right there, and it has like their shadow, and it resembles Batman's signal.
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty cool.
That was cool.
But anyway, the build, we have him take down Crane and his men, and this is actually one pretty interesting scene, which reminded me right out of the animated series, where when Jonathan Crane ends up getting his mask taken off, he notices that the fear toxins are spread around in their area, and he starts to notice like hallucinations of Batman himself.
I will say this: Cillian Murphy was a perfect Scarecrow.
Yes, he was. I
would recast him for.
I would
role,
too.
Dude. He's so perfect.
And what's ironic is that he's the only villain in all three movies.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, he ends up seeing
for not being the only villain who doesn't wear his shit.
Yeah,
that's probably why they did it.
He's actually seeing hallucinations of Batman right there, which was right out of the animated series.
Yeah,
because he's actually seeing Batman like in this weird dark figure.
Where it's all pitch black. He's bleeding black.
Like, yeah. I love that shit.
Dude, that shit was actually pretty creepy. And that actually threw me by surprise, because that wasn't in the trailer.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, God damn, this is really
dark.
I'm liking this shit.
Yeah. And then
this is putting Tim Burton to shame.
Yeah. And we end up the rest of it deals where afterwards, after defeating the Scarecrow.
Because they go in that part and he's like, the Batman's here.
Yeah. Well, that's before, but this is after he ends up slamming him down, and he ends up escaping and all that.
Yeah.
Then the movie kind of takes a hiatus before it really gets to our climax, because afterwards we notice that Bruce Wayne is trying to keep his company in line and stuff. Because we forgot to mention this, Rutger Hauer plays the guy who tries to take over Wayne Industries, or he tries to screw with him. He's like, Bruce, I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
And all that. And basically, Bruce Wayne is trying to, keep things going on with his industry and stuff, and he hosts like this his birthday comes up, and he ends up holding this like kind of party that's at his house.
This is where Bruce Wayne is cocky.
Yeah,
in this movie.
To be honest, I think really works, because it shows that Christian Bale has to play not only the Bruce Wayne that's cocky, but also he's basically getting to the point where he has to go by his double life, as Batman and Bruce Wayne.
But also, he's so cocky in those party scenes.
Yeah. But basically, it comes to a point where we get a fucking twist that comes up, where we see that a mysterious guest shows up, and it's actually a guy somebody tells him that it's Ra's al Ghul. He's like, Ra's al Ghul, he died. And then we see that there's a guy that they see that resembles him from behind. He turns around, and it's not him, but then we see that Liam Neeson shows up right there, and he actually revealed that he's Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
But what threw me off was like, okay, but if he's supposed to be the real Ra's al Ghul, why'd you use a decoy?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that didn't kind of make sense. That was like a forced twist. Yeah. Like, the twist was not good.
I mean, the twist was good because it's showing that Liam Neeson is the Ra's al Ghul.
It just felt like a little bit
forced.
Yeah, you didn't need the dummy. Yeah, the decoy. But yeah, he ends up saying, I'm Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah. It's like, you may save yourself, you may have saved me, but who are you to save Gotham? Because basically their whole plan the entire time was to destroy Gotham completely.
League of Shadows was created to go through societies and destroy societies that are acted out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so...
the police of the world.
Pretty much, yeah.
But corrupt police, because they actually don't arrest you, they
go
and kill your entire society.
Yeah, and so basically all chaos happens where Bruce Wayne ends up trying to escape and stuff. And that's when pretty much the whole fucking mansion burns down.
Yeah,
I'm like, holy shit, we're already only in the first movie and it's burning down.
Burning down already, yeah, and it's all fucking destroyed.
Yeah, and then we see that he escapes, and then pretty much him and Alfred have to come up together to, stop Ra's al Ghul. The rest of the film is just them having to go after
a part where like all the chemicals are being released throughout the city.
They work with Scarecrow to release the chemicals inside Gotham, and it starts to become kind of reminds me of the game of Arkham, I believe City or Knights.
This is where I really got into the movie, dude. Was where he's flying over and everybody sees the creature, the monster with bright eyes.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. Shit. I really like the black and orange Halloween tone.
Oh yeah, I love that too.
Yeah, I think that visually it's one of the best.
And I like that part where the Scarecrow's on a horse, and then K.O. is like, Crane? He's like, no, Scarecrow. And then he's, going through there. And then she ends up, I forgot, how did he get defeated again? He was like, he kept going off his horse somewhere or whatever.
Yeah, well, still one of my issues was how easily he was defeated, too.
Yeah, because he got sprayed by his own toxins.
The movie ends up actually surprising us. In I don't know, good or bad way, but actually makes Scarecrow the subpar villain.
Yeah.
He's used as Ra's al Ghul that's the main villain, which I don't know, because Ra's al Ghul was not in. Because you got to think, this movie was whenever they pushed it to 2.5 hours.
Oh, it was about 2 hours and 10, I think, 2:15.
Yeah. So we had a lot to play with without Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
To make him the main villain, in my opinion.
I mean, I still like him as the villain.
I still like him as the villain, though, but I don't know, just... We're going to explain more when we get to 2 and 3, because they are far better, in my opinion. But this one was so great still.
Yeah, and it basically ends where you have Batman and Ra's al Ghul having their final fight on the train, and basically Batman actually makes a valid point, because Ra's al Ghul says that, what are you going to do? Or whatever he says to him, he says, I don't have to save you, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you either. So technically speaking, Batman doesn't kill him.
Yeah, a lot of people
have controversy saying he fucking killed Ra's al Ghul. No, he let him do his own choice.
Yeah, because what it is Ra's al Ghul put a bomb that's heading for I think it's Wayne who's Enterprise.
Yeah, it was. It was on the train. The train goes to Wayne.
That's what I'm saying. But Wayne Enterprise is the home place for gas and water.
Yeah,
and it was going to attack everybody's water and gas and blow up the city in millions of pieces because of gas lines.
Yeah,
or some shit like that. And he had all the bombs on there.
And then while this is happening, Commissioner Gordon has to actually try team up with Batman, and he actually starts driving the Batmobile, which I thought was cool.
Yeah,
using the tumbler and stuff, and he ends up leading him there, and then he ends up crashing the train right there, and then this is after Gary Oldman shoots the things down for the train to go down.
Yeah.
So, great climax.
And I will tell you right now, all this stuff is going. I'm like, all right, this is a really, really, really fucking great Batman film. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, and then now the ending's there, and
we have
where Batman actually confronts, soon to be Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Shake hands. Hi, how you doing? I'm Batman.
And then they put that stuff. Well, before that, but we had the build up to where Bruce Wayne's going back to his house where it was destroyed, and he talks to her, and he says, what I'm going to do? I'm going to rebuild it and go from there. And this is because basically the whole the plot point is that he's conflicted that whether or not he wants to be with her or whatever, and that becomes a crucial plot point in the next movie.
Yeah. So anyways, they get to the part where soon to be Commissioner Gordon meets Batman. He goes
on the rooftop,
on the rooftop, and saying, "Now we can rely on you. I like you. You did very good. Like we can work this out and we can do this together and stuff." Kind of pretty much, making amends, because you got to think that Gordon plays kind of like, I don't know who this guy is, but we got to catch him. He's doing bad shit.
Yeah.
Now he understands he is there to save. And then he goes, you want to do another investigation? He goes, it's pretty much like, yeah. And he goes, I got this card sent to me the other day, and hands it to him. And I'll tell you right now, I've never seen a theater erupt so fucking loud because it was a Joker card. I was like, oh my God! Joker,
yes! Yes!
Oh, dude, I'll tell you right now, between this and the fucking waiting for that movie to be made, what felt like centuries. Because I was like, I can't wait.
Yes.
I was like, that blew me away when he did that. I will tell you right now, that was the best ending.
That was. That's how you set up a fucking franchise.
He goes, we got another one. He likes to find jokes for entertainment.
Robbery, and yeah, he likes to have a calling card.
Yeah, calling card.
Is what it looks like.
Yeah, well, calling card. But he goes, he's got the funny man inside of him, and I was like, oh my god, funny man. And he goes, he likes to joke a lot. It's gonna be it. And then they show the Joker card. I'm like, yes, yes.
Yeah, that to me is a perfect fucking
I was like,
closure.
when I knew they were going to build a universe out of this, I'm like, fucking A!
Yes!
And the Joker's the next.
Yes.
And,
so, this movie, like, blew me away. This is everything that you can to make a Batman movie come back and go on
I'll tell you,
as a fresh return to form.
Visually, it blew me away. The writing... I've never seen a Batman movie ever write this good.
Yeah, even the first two films from Burton, they were still great, but this one was like a whole new level.
You gotta think, standard was great back then.
Yeah.
They're considered kind of standard writing today.
Yeah.
So to see something like that was like epic.
Yeah.
In writing. I'm like, whoa, this movie is written. And not only that, this came out at the time when cinematography and visual effects and all that like changed the world.
Exactly. And not only it gave us not only a great origin story with Batman who
writing was getting more
writing was great, but you also have great layers of basically putting Batman in like a realistic setting, because Nolan was able to take the character of Batman and actually see what it'd be like it put him in our world.
And now with that, it was I walked out of the theater like, oh my god, somebody might have actually beat Keaton.
Yeah, and believe it or not, out of the Batmans that I enjoyed, well, out of the Bruce Waynes, I'll say first, Christian Bale to me is probably my favorite Bruce Wayne. Like, he captures everything that Bruce Wayne is. Mm-hmm. Batman I can't really judge because, like I said, as far as like Batman, I love his Batman, especially in all three of them, but he's kind of tied with Keaton as far as that aspect.
Yeah. I just feel like Keaton, what hurts Keaton, he was stuck when writing standards. Writing in movies back in the 90s, early 90s and 80s and on down, well, not as much talented as today.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's unfair for him. Kind of like Tim Curry and It.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault that his It had to be on TV. It was written very early in the old times.
Yeah.
So, even though I felt like Bill Skarsgård nailed it, but Bill Skarsgård gets help from the new writing, that what we could do today.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of feel like, yeah, it's like, I might as well tie them, but I couldn't believe, because I'll tell you right now, I'm scared for that actor playing Batman.
Yeah, I know. Because
when I first saw him in that trailer, it's like,
well, it wasn't really the casting, because I was like, okay, this is kind of different.
I wasn't familiar.
I wasn't really familiar, because the only thing I knew from him, I think, was like Reign of Fire. I think he was a bearded guy.
Yeah, because I didn't see American and I didn't Psycho yet.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I didn't even know anything about Equilibrium either.
I remember seeing him in one movie as a co-actor, like supporting actor. I'm like, I've seen him before, but I just it was kind of hard to see this.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, it was a phenomenal film.
Yeah, it's got everything. It's got everything going with its story, but also the action sequences for the most part are great, and you really get into a lot of the dive into the emotional side, because it does get some pretty dark shit too, especially. And we also, the score by Hans Zimmer, fucking out of this world.
Oh, dude, Hans Zimmer nailed the fucking score in this movie.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Yeah, fucking love that score. Now he gets that better in the later films, but this was a great start. But But anyway, now if I had like really any small issues that kind of holds me back a little bit,
the scarecrow thing, underused.
Oh yeah, but also I will say
bit.
too, looking back on it, some of the fight scenes were a little not choreographed well, because there was a little too much shaky cam.
I just felt like they wasted their villain, Scarecrow, which they had him 3/4 of the movie, but underused him because he's human 90% of the time without wearing his mask. And then they wanted to trick you with Ra's al Ghul, which I like Liam Neeson, I like the twist, but he's in the beginning and the fucking end. It's just like that typical, the villain, like, dun dun dun, I'm the real villain. It's like, where were you this whole movie? And it's just, I don't know. It's still a phenomenal movie. It's just, those are some minor nitpicks for me.
But other than that, I mean, I still that was my
and
only really
Katie Holmes. I didn't really care for.
Yeah, so with that, I'm going with, because it's my least favorite of the trilogy. I'm going with probably just a low phenomenal grade.
That's what it is, low phenomenal grade for me.
Yeah, but still good.
Mm-hmm.
So after Batman Begins came out. This pretty much like was a huge success. This not only was made millions like to bring Batman back, but also it skyrocketed into basically showing that comic book movies from DC and in general can still be good. Yeah. This basically redefined fucking comic book movies.
Yeah.
Until the next film, which we'll get into.
Well, actually, it redefined for them. The rest of them didn't follow suit. It wasn't until
the next
2010s. It wasn't until that another franchise can actually do better. Well, 8 because of the Marvel doing it. Because you got to think we had a lot of bad DCs after this one for a while because we had fucking Green Lantern.
Well,
and all them.
after because it was after Dark Knight.
I'm saying after this trilogy that was so perfect. DC didn't really stayed redefined because the other ones didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
And they start failing because
they had projects.
Because DC, you got to think we had Superman Returns
the year after.
Yeah, and all these movies, and it's like DC just fucking did not pay attention to what Batman did.
Exactly.
But
anyway, going into it, little backstory real quick. Basically after this one came out, since this was a huge success. This pretty much showed that, we're going to be seeing definitely something out of this in the future. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, what's funny was that when this movie came out, I played the game of it as well, Batman Begins. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I'd kind of seen some gameplay. I didn't really.
It was fun. But after this, there was another one that they decided to do, which before the next one came out, they had a tie-in called Batman Gotham Knight, which was produced by Emma Thomas, who was in real life is Christopher Nolan's wife. Mm-hmm. This was basically intended to kind of bridge the gap between Batman Begins and the next film. And in canon, it doesn't really follow. I didn't know about it either. I'd never seen it, but apparently this brings back Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman. And it plays out kind of like a anthology format because there's different short stories, kind of like the Animatrix from.
Well, were they just villains they'll never put in?
Yeah, there were some villains. There was actually some villains he comes across, like Killer Croc and stuff like that. Stuff that you wouldn't see from the actual trilogy.
Yeah, because they were going for a real-life approach.
Yeah, so they were playing it kind of like, sort of, but kind of. Because Batman Begins came out, they didn't really know if they were going to go full-on realistic level yet. So the producers of this movie were kind of playing the idea, okay, what would happen if Batman went with these supernatural villains?
Yeah.
So they were going with that. I didn't see it, but I heard that movie was all right, from what I heard. But anyway, this same year, this came out. This is the big one. We're now going to get into the film that, to this day, changed comic book films and DC films forever. Yeah, apparently.
And to me, is the probably greatest superhero film of all time.
And
one of the greatest.
And that we're talking about is The Dark Knight.
Yes.
This is the film that's already from the hype, from the trailers and everything, I was so fucking anticipated for.
Now we're at the year 2008 when we saw trailers on the internet, Facebook, YouTube. Now we're getting to see this shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, when I heard this movie was being fucking made, dude. And I saw the trailers, dude. I could not fucking wait.
I couldn't either.
This was my longest dragging wait. I was like, please, I can't wait. Let me pass.
And here's the thing, too, with this one. What threw me off at first, two things. One, if you notice in the past, Batman usually has its title as, like, Batman and something else. This is the first Batman film that they decided to deviate so far away from Batman by calling it The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
By basically saying, it's still Batman, but we're going full on fucking realistic on this level. We're taking a completely different direction.
Now, as you guys know, this replaces Katie Holmes
as Maggie Gyllenhaal.
And
also we have...
Yeah, we'll name a couple, but I gotta bring this up. Heath Ledger.
Yes.
As the Joker, I'm gonna tell you, this actually pissed people off.
Yeah, when this came out, we got similar news like we did with Michael Keaton from 1989's Batman. I'll admit, I was one of those people, when I first saw the images of Joker, I was like, I am not fucking on board with this. Heath Ledger, I don't feel like has experience to kind of play this role.
Yeah, this is the guy I saw from 10 Things I Hate About You
and Knight's Tale.
I liked him in those movies. I was like, really? Oh, I can't judge it because it looks so phenomenal from what I'm seeing, but this is before trailers.
Yeah.
I was like, whenever
we just saw the images.
Yeah, this is before images. This is like when they announced. I will tell you right now, I felt like a dagger went in my heart when I heard that. I'm like, oh my.
Yeah, this was at a time when I was like, I'm not with that fucking casting.
Because you got to think, guys, Heath Ledger was only known for heartthrobby movies.
He had some drama stuff like Monsters Ball, but he didn't really have like a whole grasp like on that dark level yet.
You didn't think he was on par with that. That's like them saying, Channing Tatum is going to be the next Joker. We're all going to fucking picket sign that shit.
Yeah.
We're going to picket sign no matter what. That's what basically a good comparison, because he was the Channing Tatum back then.
Yeah.
The guy who played in good movies, but he was not really considered a very talented actor yet.
Yeah.
So it's like, that dagger just stabbed me. Of course, the trailers, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was seeing with this, and in the first trailer I watched, it showed that, he was doing the whole thing with the, let's put a smile on that face. I was like, okay, you got me, movie.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to go see this now.
Whenever I saw the trailers and I heard him say that, I was like, oh my god. And then the way he looked, where Joker used knives to carve his face, I was like, oh, you really got me. I'm fucking bored now. Yeah. Fucking A.
Yeah. And lo and behold, when this movie came out, believe it or not, this was the first one. This was the second Batman film I saw in regular theaters. I saw it opening weekend.
Yes, I saw it opening weekend.
And even to this day, this holds as probably my second favorite Batman film of all time.
And me and him differ, because to me, this is the best Batman film I ever saw in my life.
It's tied with another film that we'll bring up, but it's definitely up there. It's
my favorite of all time. This movie's not only that, but it's easily tied for I wouldn't even say tied. I think this is my favorite superhero film ever made in history.
And
to this day, still.
So from the get-go, already from the start, like, things already from the start.
They did a good here with the start.
Yeah.
The
opening scene with the whole fucking blue, and it's like all the smoke. No, it has the smoke where it shows like the Batman logo and stuff.
Oh, you're talking about when they open the credits. I'm talking about the scene.
Yeah, the city. Like, if I would have watched this shit IMAX, dude, that would be on a whole nother level.
Man, they were like, that music's playing
like a damn mosquito or something.
It's fucking just getting there. It's like it's building up.
Yeah.
And you're like seeing the city, and like you see these guys dressed as clowns. I'm like, that's his henchmen. All right.
And then you're like wondering, like, where the fuck is Joker at? And then
I wasn't saying where the fuck. I just knew they were building up for him. I was like, fucking A. Mm-hmm. Yes, here we go. And then like you start seeing all these people, like all these Jokers setting up.
Yeah, they're robbing a bank.
Yeah,
they go in there and they're coming across that dude from Drive Angry, who's the bank manager. Yep. And he's like, you think you're so smart if you're friends?
Well, before that, you got these guys talking in the guy. Basically, you get the story that these guys are being like set up because they're all like, hey, yeah, the man told us to do this.
Yeah.
They call him the Joker.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And then like every time somebody cracks a code or gets into a facility, the guy that don't know what he's doing shoots that motherfucker.
It's like as a cover up or something, or basically to fuck him over and stuff. Yeah. And they end up taking him out one by one, and then we get this. Here's what's really suspenseful is that throughout this, you're getting this other guy because they all are talking throughout. There's one guy who's actually going around with them who doesn't even say a word. He's just just nodding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they're having this shootout takes place inside the bank,
and it's with that guy.
Shit,
you're like, you know who the hell you're robbing?
Yeah. And basically it comes to the point where he ends up.
He goes, that one guy. He goes, is he out of bullets? And then the guy, he doesn't know talk. He goes.
He's mumbling, yeah, or he's
and then nodding. He stands up and gets shot,
yeah,
and then now he's out of bullets, and then Joker, the guy was like, able to hold him down,
and then he ends up shooting him right there in his leg. Yeah, he approaches him, and he's like,
oh, well, first before he does that, he goes, the guy's bitching, goes, criminals used to be worth something in this town, had respect. He goes, what about you?
He's like, what do you believe? And then he's like, I believe that whatever doesn't make you stronger.
No, whatever kills you
makes you stranger.
And then when he takes his mask off, I'm like, fuck! Yes! So good, man!
That was fucking great.
Oh, dude, that opening, dude. I was like, oh my god, Heath Ledger, I think you are probably single-handedly the actor who just took on the role of a lifetime. And I think you go from considered probably 100th best actor to probably number 1 over this performance, dude. You literally jump all the top listers. Yes. Because literally after this movie, after I walked out of this theater, I literally have him as my number 1 actor.
Oh, dude, definitely.
Dude, I've never done that
before. That's such dedication because behind the scenes, believe it or not, Heath Ledger, he actually got so interested with the role of the Joker that he actually spent like a whole year trying to basically not sleep and stuff.
He wouldn't sleep. He locked himself up to make him go crazy. Mm-hmm. Then he made it to where his mind would think of chaos and crazy and what he could do if he really was real.
Yeah.
And then not only that, he literally only spent a couple bucks at the dollar store and he created that himself.
Yeah.
That look you see is him, not the director. The director had a different look, and when he showed up in that and he goes, oh my god, yeah, we're going with that look.
Yeah.
Because Nolan actually had him looking kind of like Jack Nicholson for some reason.
Yeah.
He was going to have a different look. Something that, I mean, he wouldn't even have scars or anything. He was going to have him like a natural, smiley, which probably would have, and Botox or some dumb shit. I'm like, okay, that probably would not look as good.
Yeah.
But he said he fell in love when Heath Ledger walked in there with that.
Yeah, and tragically on this, keep in mind, this was the very last film that Heath Ledger did before he passed away.
Yeah.
And
they blame this movie.
Yeah, they basically, not to make comparisons, but it's kind of like what happened with Brandon Lee when he did The Crow, which is funny because both films have a guy who
didn't get to watch the movie.
But also both guys wear makeup. Yeah. But what the difference was, Brandon Lee didn't get to actually finish that film.
He wasn't crazy. He just accidentally got shot by somebody who replaced a bullet.
Yeah, but this one, Heath Ledger finished his entire role.
But he fucking was so fucked up on drugs that he, they don't know if it was, accidental or not. It was, in my opinion. But anyways, there's speculation. People got the conspiracy. He was murdered by the Olsen twins.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But anyway.
Basically, the rest of the... we also have to get in the bus, and that's funny because when he gets in the bus, he kills the driver, the guy who's in there, and then he ends up getting the bus, and it goes down the road.
Load it.
Yeah. And then it ends up blending in with the other buses going down the road. I was like, okay, that's fucking clever.
Yeah. He's smart.
Yeah. And then basically we get him introduced to Commissioner Gordon, who ends up, going through... Well, first we actually get this mob thing that comes down where you get all these guys meeting up together and they meet up with the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And we see that basically Batman shows up and he ends up parsing it. And this is the only time we see fucking Scarecrow in this scene where he ends up wearing the mask and he's ends up, trying to make a deal with these guys. And then they have all these dogs and stuff. And we know
it's weird because the deals he's making are young people.
Yeah.
It's like people that we would probably hang out with. They kind of stuck out a little bit.
Well, and what's weird is that you have these other guys, because Batman, who's become like a symbol for Gotham, you have these other guys dressing up like Batman come in and try to take over shit.
But the thing is, how did Scarecrow get away?
From Arkham?
No, he's in that scene.
What do you mean?
He wasn't defeated in the first movie?
He was, but he probably got out from Arkham, I'm thinking.
They're not going to let him do what he did that city. He ain't getting out that fucking quick.
I don't know.
That's a life sentence to any.
That is kind of questionable how he got out.
Yeah. I mean, because didn't he get captured?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes no fucking sense.
We only see him go off the horse somewhere, so either he escaped.
Or maybe he escaped
and was just on the run. He never got recovered.
But then again, I will say that it just opened my eye on one thing. That was kind of a weak way to get somebody like him that quick like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that he's working with, kids.
Yeah.
He's making deals with, fucking teenagers.
That's what I'm saying. But we have these guys that come in that are from, dressing up like Batman. And they're trying to, be badasses and stuff. And then you got the guys getting all, taken out, and then the real Batman comes and he starts kicking ass. And from the get go, what threw me off was that there's a part where Batman like bends this gun or whatever, and I'm like, did he have like fucking super strength? But then I was like, oh wait, no, that's part of his suit where it has like a way to
it's like made of metal, so like the metal's taking over for your fingers, and bending it, not really his strength.
Yeah, and then we get to see where the guy...
Exoskeleton.
Yeah, that's right. And then basically these dogs go after him and ends up, trying to bite Batman and all that. And he ends up... There's actually a part where this pretty cool shot where he ends up dropping all the way from
down
the top.
And his bat wings are out. And he goes perfectly and smashes the car. But it's so beautiful in the cinematography and theaters, man. It looked phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
That scene.
And then the rest of it... And then after that...
He captures, like, fucking... Scarecrow, like, and I mean, for the longest, I didn't even know that was Scarecrow because how easy he caught the guy until I feel like,
that's weird.
That was just out of nowhere. So I guess Scarecrow ain't nothing special.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Which we'll get to the third one, but yeah, that's the last time we see him.
Yeah, he goes to jail. You're led to believe, now he's going to jail. We didn't want to give him life in prison whenever he poisoned the city.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I'm sorry, you ain't only getting a couple of years for what he did.
Fuck no.
You're going to federal prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah. But anyway, the rest of it deals where Batman is investigating. The cops, Gordon and the cops end up going to where the bank was robbed and stuff, and they end up seeing that's the where all the stuff took place, where all the funds were going.
Yeah.
And Batman is shows up and investigating and everything, and he works with them to try to figure out who this guy is. And stuff, and then the rest of the film deals. Also, we get introduced to Harvey Dent, who's played by Aaron Eckhart. And to me, another perfect casting.
Yes, and he's a guy who's breaking records.
He's the White Knight.
Yeah,
he's basically
he's
the
putting
guy
all
everyone
criminals.
can go to shame.
He passes a Dent Act that actually puts people in jail without any evidence, and they get to incarcerate them for like years.
Yeah. Basically, to stop all crime, basically.
Yeah, the attempt to stop all crime.
And pretty much, he ends up working with... he ends up working as a co-worker with Maggie Gyllenhaal's character, Rachel, from the first movie, who this time is played by Maggie Gyllenhaal since they replaced Katie Holmes. Because at the time, Katie Holmes didn't want to come back because she had other commitments due to that movie she did called Mad Money or whatever it was.
Well, it's not only that... she got with crazy nutcase Tom Cruise, which I hear around. I remember at this time when she was there. Tom Cruise, good actor. I'm not going to try to get into too much of his personal life, but on a personal standpoint, I hear he treats people like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a personal story myself, but I'm not going to go into that. But I hear he's mean to women.
Yeah.
And he's very controlling, and he actually ruined her career because he got to the point she's not allowed to go anywhere without him, without his permission.
Well, they're divorced now.
Well, no, during this time they weren't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're divorced now. She said he was so controlling, he almost tied her up some nights. Tied her up. He's like, she's banned to go anywhere. Like, he could be legitimately arrested for some of the shit she said.
Yeah,
he's a nutcase. I mean, but I hate to say it because he's a good actor and we all like love him in movies, but the dude's not got a good a personal on the outside screen.
Yeah,
he's not a good person. He's not.
But anyway, going back to it, basically the film takes a lot of like different plots going on. You have the stuff going on where you have Harvey Dent trying to stop crime and stuff, and put the criminals to justice.
And at the beginning's actually a lot of the mob people.
Yeah, there's a lot of mob people that come back because you also get introduced to Eric Roberts, who is the nephew or the son or nephew of the guy from Batman Begins. It's the son of him or relative of him. And basically, he's trying to take over his job because since his dad or whatever went to prison, he ends up taking over. And this is the scene that, to me, showcases of what the Joker can really do. We get the scene where they're all working with this Asian dude who works overseas and stuff.
Yeah, in China.
Yep. And basically, they all come to an agreement to, come up with a deal and stuff. The Joker comes in and he ends up doing this thing where he's like,
kind of like the scene, and you'll notice.
Kind of reminds me of the Crow.
Well, you'll see some scenes throughout the movie that kind of like and Nolan does it perfectly, so they're not carving. There's some scenes that pay homage to parts of Tim
Burton's Batman.
Like the sitting around gangster guys talking, and then he goes, ooh,
and I thought my jokes were bad.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my fucking god, this guy. The more this movie's going, I'm like, oh my god, my breath is taken away.
Absolutely.
Like, I've never seen a performance this good in my life.
I know. You just can't take your eyes off him. Like, because there's a part where this guy's like, well, how much do I put my boy here to get you out? He's like, I'm going to make this pencil disappear.
No, he goes, he knows he steals his money and stuff, and he sends that guy to get him, and then he goes, I'll make this pencil disappear. Ta-da!
Now, there it is. Now it's gone.
And then he starts talking about, like, I know the squeakers when I see it. Squealers. And that is a squealer. And then he gets off. Because right now, why they're meeting this is around the time where Batman, Harvey Dent, and Gordon, and the police have now officially started arresting everybody. Everybody's going to fucking jail. So all these guys are meeting like, what the fuck do we do? We're all getting taken down. And they're holding all of us without any charges.
Yeah.
And they get to keep us in prison forever. Like, alive because of the Dent Act.
Yeah.
And they're all freaking out. And then that's when Joker used that opportunity to take, I'm going to I'm going to screw him over. Well, you know how Joker is. He ain't teaming up and being faithful to you.
Because he's his own person.
Yeah,
so
he's his own
an agent.
person.
As he's described himself, he's an agent of chaos.
Yeah. Well, he goes in there talking all that shit, saying he gives them some random fucking shit ton of money, and they all start laughing at his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, I want half.
He's like,
everybody starts laughing.
Enough of the clown. The one guy does. And believe it or not, that one guy was actually the guy who played Spawn.
Yeah.
He ends up saying, I'm going to $500 million to take this guy dead.
He's like, enough
for
the clown. And he goes, we don't want to blow this out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I'm putting a hit out throughout the streets or some shit. And he goes, 500,000 alive, 500,000 alive, million dead, or a million alive, 500,000 dead. And he goes, so I can teach him some manners.
Yeah. And then he ends up.
He goes, let me leave you my card.
Here's my card.
Yeah. And then he disappears like, I mean, dude, I love him, man.
I know, me too.
At this point, I'm like, holy shit.
He ends up leaving, and then pretty much afterwards we have, Batman still investigating the stuff going on. And also he's trying to cope with, he's trying to basically work, he's trying to, he meets up with Harvey Dent and Rachel because they're actually, going to the like their
ball thing,
or they're going to dinner or whatever.
They're going to dinner, but they go to that the Bruce Wayne's thing up in his.
No, that's later. We'll get to that later. But basically,
they go to that dinner
thing where he introduces him and he says, and we have that thing where Harvey Dent's like, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Well, here's the thing right here. He brought up vividly, and it went away quick. So between that movie at the end and this movie, it was led to believe that Bruce Wayne, because he actually revealed who he was to Rachel in the first movie, because he gave her a hint and she already knew that hint right there. She now knows she can't be with him.
Yeah, and so she's moved on.
She's trying to get with Harvey Dent.
Yeah. So it becomes kind of a love triangle thing, which I'll admit kind of gets a little too convoluted with the way the plot's going on, but I still, for the way they bill with it, it didn't bother me too much. I actually still got into it.
We cannot go not mention how Aaron Eckhart does so good.
He does. Like, he really captures a lot for Harvey Dent because
I'm telling you, he's better Two-Face than Tom Lee Jones.
Yeah, definitely, of course. Yeah. But he really nails not only, the mannerisms and everything that I would expect Two-Face to do, but also he has such a powerful figure. He really shows a lot of charisma. Mm-hmm. He's very intelligent and things like that, and he's an all-around cool guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, we ended up getting that scene where they end up capturing the Joker, and they say that he was actually dead. He's like, all right,
those kids that brought him in there, and they're like, he's dead.
It's like
500,000.
Yeah.
And then he goes, how about alive?
Yeah. And then that's when he says, it's like, how I got these scars? My father was a drinker.
A fiend. He puts the
knife in the blade.
To My mother's face, because he's talking about the mother.
Mother, yeah.
And he goes, "Why is so serious?"
Yeah,
dude, I'm telling you,
it was so unsettling watching that scene because I'm like, damn.
Every fucking line is just even better than the last. I've never seen a movie that crazy good that even the fucking lines were vividly got better.
And what's weird is that after he's telling the story, like he ends up cutting him right there, and it gets to a point where you almost see the cut because it cuts away, but it pushes the R rating.
Yeah, it pushes, but Nolan. One thing he made sure didn't happen in these movies was blood.
Yeah,
these 3 movies were very bloodless.
Yeah,
he
still showed the grim.
But I don't give a fuck at this point because this movie's so fucking great.
Yeah,
what I'm seeing, and then he goes, well, we're building building his own little mini army. He goes, we got tryouts, so but we only got one spot.
So he gives there, knock yourselves out.
No, he tells them like we only got one spot, so gives them a time limit. One of their 2 friends that work together have to kill each other.
Yeah,
one another to get on his team.
And basically after this, we see that Bruce Wayne has to end up going overseas to Hong Kong, which. This part of I was kind of like really.
Well, Fox goes over there first.
Well,
and put some kind of like technology shit. Because I think they want him Chong or whatever his name is because they now know that he's arming the mob.
That's right. Yeah,
selling arms to them and stuff. And they need him because then they get him. He has all the keys to everybody in Gotham.
Okay, gotcha.
That's why they were like, "You get him, we got them all."
Yeah,
yeah.
And then we see that
because remember he was going to testify and bring out every bad guy ever lived in that city.
Yeah.
And that's why they went and got him.
That's right. And then basically, this has actually come to a point where it kind of reminds me something out of a James Bond movie where you have him going overseas and he's got like Alfred there with his hot one. He's like, what do I do? Just keep him occupied. And he's just on the boat and he ends up going in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then basically it deals with Bruce Wayne going overseas into Hong Kong. And we get this really outstanding shot where he's Batman and he ends up on this fucking skyscraper.
Oh,
dude, if I would have saw that shit in IMAX, I would have been on the edge. Like that shit was like such one of my favorite shots.
I know because it's so ice clear. Man, they really had their times. You gotta think, people. This movie came out in 2008. You believe that 2008 films, what you see today, with the clear cut, oh my god, blown away. You gotta think this was like pioneering shit. Yeah, but this was like new to us.
But here's the thing too: the build up to this was that
we had films that did similar, but I'm just saying it blew us away.
But also we meant to say this earlier. Visuals. Batman actually also gets a new suit because he realizes that the suit that he got before was messed up from those dogs.
Lucius Fox
gets him a new one, and he has one where the first time he gets to like move his head back and around and stuff. So he gets a lot more. Which, to be honest, this suit that he wears, I actually prefer over the other one.
I love Morgan Freeman though in this. Man. I like all of the movies that he's in because he's Lucius Fox. He's perfect for that role.
Yes, he is. But I also like the suit that he wears too because it's a lot more like crisper and it's a lot more like clear and it like blends in a lot better and like the technology that it uses for it is pretty cool too.
Yeah, it's upgraded.
Yeah. So I like the suit that he wears, and then he ends up going to that. Like we were saying earlier, he's on that skyscraper, goes through that fucking window and starts beating the motherfuckers.
All of them, Chinese military guys.
Yeah, and then he has holding that dude and then busts him out of the fucking window.
And then uses a parachute at the precise time to touch a passing plane.
Yeah,
and gets to draw away. Which, by the way, Bane kind of does that later.
Yeah.
But anyways, gets drawn out and he carries him all the way and leaves him on the doorstep of a courthouse. And now they got him.
Yep.
Yeah, so he can testify.
Yep, that was fucking smart. I love that.
Yep.
And basically, the rest of it deals where you have the Dent, who's still trying to stop all.
Well, no, you got now that the mob people know they're in serious trouble. They actually go and pay Joker.
Yeah.
They said, "All right, man, we need you. Do your thing." And Joker does his thing, taunts Batman because he goes, "You got to kill the Bat."
Yeah, let's kill the Bat. And basically, that's when we see like the weird. This is where it gets fucking disturbing. Where you have like the people that we mentioned earlier, the people that were in the beginning of the film. One of the guys who dressed up like Batman, he ends up getting captured by the Joker, and they show like a live TV kind of thing where the fucking Joker is like saying, "All you have to do is show up and just
because he starts like making a video and they go and believe it or not, it's an actor that's famous from the 80s shows
that plays the newscast man.
Yeah, Anthony Michael Hall.
Anthony Michael Hall, and he goes, "This is very disturbing."
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, basically asking him, "You know how crazy you made Gotham?" He's telling him, he goes, and taunting him and stuff. He goes, "He's taught us one thing, not to be afraid of scum like you."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh yeah?" And he goes, and he keeps like messing with him. He's like, "Look at me. Look at me!" An evil voice actually kind of got chills down my back.
I know,
like,
definitely.
Whoa,
man.
And he goes, "This is how crazy Batman's made Gotham. If you want order in Gotham."
Yeah.
He must reveal himself and take off his mask, reveal himself. And basically, like they did in the Batman's Tim Burton's.
Yeah.
Take off your mask.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I'm a man of my word." Yeah. And it shows the guy hanging too, which was probably the goriest shit.
Yeah,
the guy's bleeding out his mouth or his nose and everything, and he's hanging from a skyscraper.
Yeah.
Or the bridge or something, or a helicopter or something. I was like, God, dang, that's kind of a young guy.
But also, we forgot to mention this. There's also something that really gets kind of the stakes get really fucking high in this as well, because you're seeing that there's actually cops that are inside the police force that are fucking corrupt, that are causing problems. Yeah. And Gordon is noticing this as well, because basically there's a rally that they end up doing later in the film, and to honor the fallen cops and stuff and all that. Mm-hmm. We see that.
Well, has this been since the first encounter of Joker meeting Batman? Because they had that party in the skyscraper.
Fuck, I forgot. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So before we get to the basically the lead up to this is that Bruce Wayne is hosting this kind of like segment, or I'm sorry, Harvey Dent is holding this kind of thing that is at wherever at his mansion.
Yeah,
and they end up inviting Bruce ends up inviting them there. Bruce ends up coming there, and then it's Harvey Dent, and he meets up with them and stuff. And then we see that Joker ends up appearing out of nowhere, and then he ends up crashing the party. And that's when we see that he ends up coming across that dude.
Ladies and gentlemen,
tonight's
it's entertainment.
Yes, and then basically,
you know where Harvey is. Do you know where Harvey is?
Yeah.
And then, man, the way the camera work is, why it's twirling in circles, and he's drinking that drink. He takes that drink.
Yeah. You remind me of my father. I hate my
father. And she's like, "Stop." He's like, "Well, hello, beautiful."
A little fighting girl. I like that.
No, he's like talking. He's like, "You are beautiful." And then he's talking to her, and she starts talking about his wife.
Yeah. It's like, I had a wife. Yeah. It's like, you want to know how she got these scars?
You know how I got these scars? I had a wife. Like something about like she went nuts and she cut herself.
It's like, we can't afford surgeries.
So I did this to my friend. She can't stand the sight of me. And
damn, this is so fucking intimidating.
Yeah, I mean, the way he lies about different stories, you don't know what the fuck is true. And I actually like that.
I know, it's a hidden backstory that you don't really know.
No, it's like, he's fucking with you, and you're like, it's driving you nuts. Like, which one's real?
Yeah. And then basically, Batman shows up.
She kicks him, and he goes, "Oh, you got a little fight in you." He's like, "You're gonna love me."
And then he ends up
punches Joker, and this is the first meeting we get
with Batman and Joker, and he starts like beating him up, and then you have like these guys.
It's funny because Joker's like, "Fuck it," like getting scared, so he pushes his men in front of Joker and all that stuff. And then while they're doing that, that's when he grabbed her and he put her by the window.
He's like, "Let her go." He's like,
better choice of words. And she falls off the building.
Then he had to catch her. Yeah. And then basically the rest of it deals where we have there's some stuff going on with Harvey Dent, and they're trying to get the the crime taken care of and stuff. And then basically the rest of it deals with they have this rally that they're doing, and this is during the daytime, keep in mind, where Bruce Wayne ends up thinking that there's going to be some bad shit going down.
Well, this is around the time where like that other commissioner, because Commissioner Gordon, or the black guy, what was the black guy that was running the show?
Oh,
gets poisoned.
He gets poisoned. They're honoring his death. Yeah. So that's what it meant again. There's somebody in the inside who ended up getting poisoned him from.
Well, Joker's doing it.
Yeah.
Because he gets poisoned, and there's this chaos shit that happens where a bunch of shit happens, like a train, like one after another.
Yeah.
And, like, it goes from him getting poisoned to the judge getting blown up.
Yeah.
Because this is whenever the mob pays him.
Yeah.
Because the mob pays him to go and dig in this shit. They kill the judge that's convicting them. They kill the commissioner, the cop dude that's really going after him and all that stuff.
The actual commissioner.
Yeah, the actual commissioner dude going after him. Like, he's the guy that calls the shots. They do that. We already got, now that we got, what's his face is missing yet. Harvey Dent.
Yeah, Harvey Dent. So basically,
we got him, and then they did that thing in the facility thing, and then now we're at the thing where they're paying homage with the guns.
Yeah, and then they're going down the parade and stuff. This is where we get to see the only time where
I got blown away.
Where we see Joker. You see for a flash, you get to see Heath Ledger's real face, where he actually turns around and you see the scars.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne is going through all these buildings because he thinks something bad's going to happen because the judge died from blowing up. Everybody's being killed off. Mm-hmm. Now this is where it's getting like, I don't think I've seen a superhero film get this intense in my life, because you got people are just fucking dying left and right.
Yeah.
Like, God dang. And it scared the entire city in shambles.
That's what I'm saying.
People are so scared. They don't want to come out. They don't want to do anything. And he's going around thinking, oh, God, something bad is happening. I feel it. And he's going around the buildings. And Joker actually had it set up to where it looked like these sniper guns all by themselves to make it look like, so the cops would like think it's him. Boom, boom, boom up there. And they're not paying attention down here where we're all shooting in the air. And then it's fucking Heath Ledger without his makeup on.
Yeah.
And he shoots Commissioner Gordon
right there. And
I
thought, like, holy shit.
I was like, he died?
Damn.
Oh my God, they killed him that quick?
Yeah.
Commissioner Gordon? That blew me away because it shows him like slow motion like he died. I'm like, oh. Fuck. And what really got it to where they, like, you don't hear them, but they go up to tell the wife and the son. I'm like, oh, man.
Damn. Yeah, that was balls. I was like, damn, that was fucking stakes.
I will tell you now, they topped the villain. Definitely in that from the first movie.
Yes.
Oh my God, man, I'm loving this.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then basically the rest of it deals where Harvey did. The only way that they're going to stop this going on is that Joker says that, you know, Batman needs to show his face, and so they have this press conference that shows to where, you know, Bruce Wayne is there to try to see if he can come full circle in person to present himself. That's when basically to say the people who got them were like, no more dead cops and stuff like that. Well, then we see that Harvey Dent basically steps in and is like, I'm the Batman, take me to custody. So he actually, because he trusts that he wants to give himself up for Batman.
Yeah, he knew Batman is hiding out there, and he will come.
As a bait, he's trying to get the Joker to go after him. So he turns himself in, and then they end up going to take him in custody, and then they end up. You know, throughout the film too, he has to make a choice of himself with the coin that he does. You know, it's like, is it good or is it bad?
Yeah. And
basically, he goes through that to me probably my favorite moment in the entire franchise, where we get that highway chase.
Oh, I know, and then like they're all like that's when Batman knows that something bad's about to happen. Mm-hmm. So he gets in his mobile thing and he's following, chasing after
because he's going. Yeah, because they're doing this long, pretty cool shot where it shows them going down the road and stuff.
Yeah.
And we see the Joker's going after him behind. Because, the lead up to this is that
helicopters
before that, there's a truck that this dude ends up going to, and he notices like, hey, what are you doing? And then the driver ends up having Joker like right next to him, and it's fucking.
I will tell you right now, that scene to me is very underrated because that was brutal. Because the guy's like a young black guy, and he goes, where are you going? And next, Joker just pops out. Boom!
Yeah.
Oh my God, damn!
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
Joker ain't fucking playing in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you now, the Joker's character is so goddamn brutal. He kills fucking Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Fuck yeah.
This motherfucker's just killing everything.
Yeah. And so then the rest of it deals where you got this whole sequence we see Batman trying to, go after him and stuff, and the Joker's like shooting him off his rocket launcher.
Well, the thing is I liked about the Joker's, he's in that 18-wheeler and it says slaughter. Mm-hmm. And it says it's actually lauder or something, loiter or whatever. and he was able to take green spray paint spell slaughter.
I never noticed that.
Yeah. It's in the thing. It actually says slaughter. It's like a brand, and then he actually took spray paint spelled slaughter.
Oh, I never noticed.
I was like, damn, that's pretty clever. Slaughter, and it's in green and red.
Cool.
Or purple. Green and purple. His Joker colors.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, that's cool.
And then basically after Batman's Batmobile gets destroyed by the Joker, that's when we get this really tops it here. We get him in that fucking bat cycle that he drives, and then he goes down the road. And then this is a scene that's kind of literally out of because the helicopter crashes and stuff, and we get this really intense fucking action scene.
This came from the
Burton movie where Joker gets out because the 18-wheeler crashes and stuff.
Well, I liked what Batman did because he wrapped him around with this wire thing, and then like the way he went up in that building, going here like that, and then it wraps around all the tire axles, and then fucking Joker's fucking thing flies in the air and flips.
Yeah, and then we see Joker gets out, and he's like, "All right, I want you to hit me. Come on, hit me. This is something right out of the tin. But it's updated to the point where it's not. It's kind of a tribute, but it's more of its own thing because we see that he's on a cycle and he's trying to run him over. Yeah. And then Batman's like and then he just runs past him.
He's not gonna kill people.
Yeah.
No matter what. And then you have Joker on. And then he fucking made Batman crash. And then you get that really beautiful scene where he's looking like this.
Yeah.
Like that, just. Like wind blowing his hair. I'm like, whoa. And then like you have Batman down, and then like you have his like goons touch his mask, and he gets shocked, and he's like doing that at him and stuff. And then he gets ready to do his duty about killing him, and next you know Gordon's right behind him.
He's like, "We got you, you son of a bitch." I thought when that happened in the theater, I was like, "Oh, that was fucking clever."
Yeah, that takes some talented writing.
Fuck yeah. That's David Goyer for you. But anyway, the Joker ends up getting himself caught in jail, and then basically after they put him in the turn up, he's doing the whole clapping thing.
I like he's just sitting there being a smart ass.
Like, dang, 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 dang. And that was actually improvised because Heath Ledger came up with that on his own with the clapping.
He's just sitting there while all these men are going nuts, and there's this one guy's complaining about his stomach hurting, and
basically it deals with afterwards. The Batman and Joker and all them, they realize that, or Batman and
this is when one of his goons got Harvey Dent, so they're like now panicking, like, where's Harvey Dent now?
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck, where's Harvey Dent? And this is when Harvey Dent's captured, and even we don't know it yet, but she's captured too. Because this is where they're already being planned to be.
The lead up to this is that they're trying to enter. They get Joker in the interrogation room. This is one of my other favorite moments. Is where you have him in the interrogation room. They're trying to get him to testify, and Gordon is trying to talk to him. He's like, what's going on with this and all that. And then
who the hell are you?
Yeah. And then basically, Gordon ends up leaving, and then Joker's like, the good cop, bad cop routine?
Yeah, because he's like, if we're going to play games, I'm going to need some coffee. And he goes, oh, good cop, bad cop routine? Not exactly. And then he goes in there, and the lights turn off, and next thing it turns on, and Batman slams his fucking head. He's like, why do you go for the head? It's all makes it all fuzzy. And then he punches him right in his hand. Yeah. I was like, damn, didn't that break him? And don't even hurt fucking Joker at all. Like, you don't feel pain. He goes, you came and didn't disappoint.
He's like, you complete me. And like, the dialogue between them two is like fucking it's like history making, them two, the way that they're communicating. He's like,
he goes, he's basically telling him like, he goes, you're not one of them. He goes, like, they're going to cast you out,
You're a freak like me.
Yeah, you're a freak like me. Just follow all the herds. And then by then, Batman's getting tired of his fucking playing around, so he grabs him, pulls him over.
It's like, where are they? And then basically, he's like, all right, I'll tell you where they are. One is over.
No, he goes, he throws it and then goes, he goes, said something about, because he didn't say where are they yet, because he didn't know they were both captured. He goes, where's Harvey at? And then he brings up that, I thought you were Harvey. The way you threw yourself after her. And that's when he realizes,
that's
shit,
right.
They got
her too, and he goes, that's the thing. You're gonna have to play my little game. You gotta save one of them, and that's when Batman actually loses it. Because you remember, Batman takes the damn seat, and where the cops can't go in there, and he beats the fuck out of the Joker. He's laughing like, ah, yeah, you can't hurt me. Damn. You cannot hurt me. Dude, man, I'm telling you, he owned that fucking. But anyway, you ain't got nothing to threaten me with.
And then basically,
he gives
and then he gives them the addresses of where they're at.
Yeah, he gives them 2 different addresses. He goes, one's at this way, and
the other one is over there. And then
Emily Way. Yes, you better hurry up. And he's sitting there laughing while Batman's running and shit.
He ends up leaving, and
I'll tell you, there's a scene that you probably don't remember, but there's that scene where while them 2 are doing it, going to different parts to save them. There's that scene where that one dickhead cop, that one cop, he's just standing there guarding so Joker don't break out. And he goes, Joker taunts him. I love this scene, dude. It's underrated. He goes, how many of your friends did I kill?
Yeah, that one cop. Yeah, I remember him.
He goes, I don't talk to scum like you. Like, there's a difference for scum like you. I'm not going to listen to you and stuff like that. And he's all like, he goes, by the way, you killed 6. He goes,
yeah.
He goes, he starts taunting him, saying, I killed all of his friends, and he's basically saying, you know which one of them went like cowards? And that dude goes, oh. And he starts rolling his sleeves up. Yeah. He goes, I'm going to love this very much. And Joker's like, like that. And Joker ends up fucking him up bad.
Oh, yeah, dude. And then basically he ends
that up dude. Well, there's a part where that guy's hurt. He's like, something's in my fucking belly. He said it will cure all the cures.
Yeah,
it will get rid of all the voices in my head. And this is why I really like the scene now it's left. Now we're opening up that Joker's attacking mentally ill people.
And then we see that he takes that cop hostage and he's going around there.
I just want my phone call.
And
he calls the cell phone. It blows the whole fucking police station up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then pretty much it's a race against time because Batman has to go after Rachel because the address that he gives him thinks is at Rachel's at. And while this is happening, we see that Rachel and Harvey are in 2 different locations, but they're talking through I think CB radio or something, and they can hear each other. And they're tied up in 2 different areas.
I'll tell you what shocked me more than anything in the world is when she's in the middle of talking. Boom! Oh my God! What?
They actually killed her
off. I'm like, whoa!
And then basically Batman shows up at the wrong location and discovers that it's Harvey there
and
that was tied up.
Halfway alive.
Well, no, this is after he gets him out. And he's like, "No, you should have saved her." And then he ends up taking him outside, and then the whole building blows up, and then he ends up
his face on fire.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's sitting there screaming in pain.
He's like, "No!"
And dude, this is at the part where Batman's ready to quit.
Yeah, this is at a point where he pretty much lost it. Like he was damaged there. Like on an emotional level,
best friend.
Yeah, on an emotional level, this really hurt Batman.
Yeah, and he saw the rumbles, and she's dead. And Harvey, we'll get to him in a second, but yeah, he's pretty much Batman. Just gave up. He's like, he's got to give up.
He's like, well, everything.
And then he's sitting there with his mask off, talking to the Alfred. He's like, I let that crazy son of a bitch kill her.
And then there was a letter that that he got from Rachel that said
right before she got captured. Yeah.
Actually, no. From what I remember, no. This is something that comes up in the next film. There was a letter that she gave Alfred to keep, because before she died, she gave Alfred this letter that said that she's going to marry Harvey Dent and all that.
Yeah.
But basically, she kept this letter. He didn't tell Bruce about it.
I know he didn't know that. I'm just saying it was revealed that he read the letter because she handed him the letter right before she was captured. Mm-hmm. I thought. And he had that letter.
No, because in Dark Knight Rises, it was discovered that Alfred kept that away from Bruce. He kept the letter and never told him about it. Remember?
I know that, but she gave Alfred the letter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She gave Alfred the letter right before she was captured.
That's what I'm saying. She gave it to him and it didn't tell Bruce about it.
She was she handed him a letter, Alfred the letter, and she said, give this to Bruce, and she was captured the next scene.
Yeah, but Alfred never gave it to Bruce, but we're hearing from the voiceover.
Yeah, we're hearing from voiceover. I know that. I already knew that. Mm-hmm. I knew he didn't tell her till the when he fucking told him to leave Bane alone, And then he started telling them everything just to find any way to say, don't fight
and
him.
what happened was, after she gave him that letter, he ends up burning it.
Yeah. He ends up burning it because he knows losing her was already devastating.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't take another blow like that.
Which I actually really enjoyed that.
Batman had a plan where he was going to retire eventually and hand it over to somebody else. And his plan was actually Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
He actually was going to hand Batman to Harvey Dent and tell Harvey Dent to become Batman, and he was going to marry her.
Yeah.
He didn't know that them two were going to get married.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it was devastating. Like, that moment, like, it touched me on such an emotional level, the way that he lost her and stuff.
Yeah.
And then basically the rest of it deals where Joker ends up.
He's caused all the chaos.
He's escaped.
He escaped again.
And he ends up taking, basically, we get to the final climax that goes where he pretty much takes 2 ships that are taking place.
Well, he did the hospitals first.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's cut that out.
Yeah, you really jumped the gun on that one.
So Harvey ends up going to the hospital based on skin grafts and stuff. And I'll admit, the first time we get a look at him, dude, that, to me, is how you do fucking Two-Face.
It is. I will say I was a little kind of weirded out with the CGI here.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of felt weird because this movie is the one that established it was real life.
Yeah.
And that didn't look like realistic to me.
It was
though I actually started thinking, I go, maybe he hasn't got his skin grafts done yet.
Yeah.
So they had it wrapped up to prepare the skin grafts.
Yeah.
And then they will fix all that.
Yeah.
But so like basically after pretty much Joker got away, he lets the world know that I'm gonna blow up one hospital.
Yeah, and then
because he fucking the dude. Oh wait, no, the dude.
No, he tricks the cops thinking he's gonna blow up a school.
No, I'm talking about the part. No, he's talking about the hospital. You're thinking of fucking Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh shit, I forgot. My bad.
Yeah. No, this is the part where that one dude that works for Wayne Enterprises, the one that was kind of a dick to fucking Bruce Wayne that works for him. And the dude was on talk show with him. He goes, I want to, he goes, because he knew who Batman was. Remember, he finds out because he goes with the Lucius Fox, this dude does.
Yeah.
He goes, you're spending more than what's this? Wings? Batmobile?
It's like, I want to have $1 million the rest of my life. And then Lucius Fox is like, so let me get this straight. You want me to have basically, you want me to blackmail?
Yeah.
He's like, seems kind of, ironic, don't you think?
He goes, blackmail, I'm going to tell you who you're Batman. Because I know. Because Lucius Fox, because the guy was his accountant.
Yeah.
And they knew what the hell they were buying. That's why they caught on. And basically, the guy was going to go on that talk show and really announce who the Batman was. And then Joker calls in and goes, I imagine a world without knowing who Batman was. he goes, I'm giving 10 minutes or an hour for
I blow a hospital up.
I'll blow a hospital up if somebody doesn't kill this man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is also where we get to see that the Joker shows up in the kind of like nurse getup where.
Well, no, that the commissioner's got to watch it because even his own police are trying to kill the guy.
Yeah. And then the Joker shows up at the hospital with Harvey Dent, and he's like...
He's in that gown.
That gown, which is actually, if I looked at it correctly, I think it actually said Harley on there, on the name, but I can't remember.
I don't remember
But basically, he has Dent trying to make the choice by flipping the coin. He's like, well... And then,
no, what it is Dent sees him... Dent notices that's Joker when he reveals his face, and he's like... trying to kill the Joker. He's pissed the fuck off.
Yeah.
And basically, the Joker makes a lot of sense to him. He goes, basically tells him how, like, all the good people failed him.
Yeah.
And basically saying, I'm an agent of chaos. And he goes, the thing about chaos, it doesn't disappoint. And then basically tell him there's another way through this. That all the good people betrayed him. And Joker pretty much says, I didn't blow them up. He goes, they did. They had a chance to save her, but they chose you instead.
Yeah.
Basically tricked them into becoming bad.
Yeah.
And basically it was saying, and then, you start seeing Harvey Dent looking at him like, he makes a lot of sense. And then he's like,
puts a gun to his head.
He's like,
he goes, "You live, you die." He goes, "Oh, all right, that's what I'm talking about."
Yeah.
And then he lives.
And then basically after that, Joker ends up blowing up this area inside this hospital, and then he's like, well, first he's doing the thing with this fucking soap on his hands. He's like, and it blows up behind him.
No, it wasn't soap. What it was is he had the trigger, and he hit the trigger, and it didn't fully erupt.
That was after he left the hospital.
When he washed his hands when he left, yeah, and he's
went,
going out there, and he goes. And it's funny because that actually really did happen.
Well, because in real life, it was improv, because basically when he hit the buttons, like all the buildings are blowing up behind him, but then there were other ones that left off. He looks around and he was kind of like pressing the buttons and stuff. And he was like,
yeah. People don't know this, but that actually was an actual fuck up in real life.
That was, yeah, because
the bombs literally didn't go off on set, and he kept playing it instead of saying cut. He kept playing it, and he goes, and when he jumps, when it starts doing, that's really him jumping because it came out of nowhere. He's like, "Oh shit!" It startled me, and he just kept playing it. Man, that was great. That.
But also, here's the funny thing: was that he ends up going inside the school bus after that, and everything. And what's weird was that there was actually a deleted scene that Nolan revealed that it was going to show like a kind of a crazier side where, because Joker gets on this bus to leave and stuff, he was going to pretty much like lose his mind, where he was like kind of going like nuts and stuff. They cut that scene out because for pacing issues, they didn't want to leave it in there.
What, was he driving or something?
No, he was just inside the bus, like just sitting there.
Right.
Somebody else was driving.
Because in there, I think he gets on a bus full of people. The good people, the nice ones.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
The ones that will eventually be on the good boat.
Yeah, and so he ends up going on there, but the deleted scene showed that he was like losing his mind, like he was like going crazy and stuff. But they cut it out because it was affecting the pacing.
Yeah.
So they end up he escapes, and basically the rest of it deals where we get the climax that involves where
Lucius Fox
has to break some rules. Batman pretty much says that he basically he tracked into the surveillance system for all the cameras located and stuff.
Well, it was tracking people's cell phones and everything.
Yeah,
Lucius
Fox hacked into every single cell phone in Gotham.
And Lucius Fox said, we made this pact that we will not go NSA on this. We will not break the law.
Yeah,
we're not going to betray Americans because we're after one guy. And basically, Lucius Fox says, "We do this, I'm out of here."
Yeah. It's like, you can consider this my resignation.
Yeah.
And during this, afterwards, to keep in mind, while this is happening, we also see that Dent gets a leaving from the hospital.
Yep.
And he ends up going
he runs
to
into
all the mobsters, and he was going to get revenge on them. Like, the first time we get a glimpse of it.
And even the cops, the good ones.
Yeah. There's a cop there's a guy that he comes across in the bar that he was one of the mobsters he comes across. Like, dude, I thought you were dead. He's like, half. And he takes a shot. So basically,
it spills out of his mouth where he's got holes in his mouth.
Yeah, and then he ends up saying, "You got heads or tails? The heads you live, tails you die." Yeah. So basically,
this is the reveal of him being Chief. I'm loving this.
My only kind of like thing I would say was, I kind of wish they were saving this for the next movie, because it does feel like they were putting that on in the last act.
Where it was going to be Joker finishes this out, and then Two-Face gets revealed. Where they go, "Oh God, we lost the White Knight."
Yeah, that would have been cool if it went up for another film, but I can see why they put it for this one.
Yeah,
but because it still works regardless. But anyway, he ends up getting revenge on the mobsters, and there's that other part where he's going on the road and he's in that car, and then he says he does the coin thing with that one guy who took over the mob, and he's like, "Heads or tails? Looks like it's your lucky day to live." And then he says, "But your driver ain't." And then he shoots him.
Shoots him because he flipped it again. He goes, "But your driver ain't." Boom! And then crash. Yeah.
And then they end up. We get to and then he's also trying to get a hold of the other cops that are, or the other guys that are involved. Like, he ends up going after that one good cop that was working with Gordon. He ends up making a deal with her, and she lives from Heads. It's like, "Hey, it's gonna get a day to die, officer." And then he ends up shit goes really bad when he ends up taking hostage from Gordon's family, from his wife and kid.
Which that comes after the Joker thing, but but he does it, and then we don't see him again, until the end. But he ends up capturing them, and then
Now they're trying to take Joker down, who's revealed he's in hiding out while he's got two boats full of people. And how Joker did it was he put bad people in one boat and the good people
on another one. We got prisoners,
and then he gave them all the detonation to the bombs.
To do the bombs, yeah. So you got prisoners on one, and you got the innocents on the other. And then basically, Batman has to try to get to stop it in time. And this is, to me, like one of the most visual, stunning parts of the film, because
we see Batman wearing lasers.
See Batman wearing like thermal vision or whatever, where he's seeing like through the buildings and stuff, and he's trying to take out the guys. And Gordon's trying to stop him, saying, you know, they got snipers and stuff, but he ends up not only going after Joker's men, but also he has to fight his way through like the cops and stuff.
Yeah, because the cops are still after Batman in some way.
While this is happening, we see that some of the prisoners that are on site, one of them, who's played by Debo from Friday, he ends up saying, "Give me the detonator," and then he ends up throwing it out the window.
Yeah. Well, what it is like this scene is very
fucking intense
because you're thinking you got these guys who are in there for murder.
Yeah.
You got innocent people who will use the means of protecting themselves, but the killers are going to obviously use their killer instincts to kill them. Yeah. So this was a creative writing right here.
It was, yeah.
And Joker and him are Batman finds the Joker, and I'll tell you the thermal where Joker's face goes rah like that, man, and he having his dogs tackle him and stuff, and that was a pretty cool scene. And then Joker actually physically manhandles Batman for a second right here.
Yeah.
Because he kicks him in that thing, and the bar falls on Batman's neck where he's stuck.
Yeah.
And Joker's able to fuck with him. He goes, telling him about his plan's going to go. And then he's basically, he goes, and now here we go. And then, you find out that Debo, he's like, you know, we're not killing innocent women and children.
And then they throw the detonator out. And then the guy on the other boat, he was wanting to do it initially, but he was like, you know what, fuck it. And he just throws it away.
And then Joker, actually, for the first time in this whole movie, Joker feels defeat. Yeah. Because he gets pissed when he sees they didn't listen to him.
He's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
You gotta rely on everything. Don't you? He goes, oh, by the way, you know how I got these scars? And he goes, no, but I know how you got these. Yeah. And shoots a little fucking knives at his chest, and then this is why I thought Joker died, because he threw him off the building.
Off of the original.
I was like, holy shit, he threw him off, and then he's laughing. He's like, while he's dying, I win. You know what? I know they're trying to keep him humanized as possible. I kind of wish that could have been the biggest fault for Batman, is him killing him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they were trying to keep these franchises simple and then not going to bring people as much back as possible. That would have been cool if Batman would have broke his one rule because he felt defeated.
Yeah, because he realized the only true person because in the comics he did that, actually. There were comics that he actually did that on. Yeah. But anyway, for this one.
But he saves Joker. And
he ties him up, and the cops end up showing up. Yeah. This after he gets that big speech where he's upside down and stuff.
He goes, you didn't think I would lose this battle with the Dark Knight, the Black Knight, for, you know, basically hinting without a little like a side plan, do you? Yeah. And he's basically hinting that he turned their White Knight into his level. Yeah. And basically he's like, what did you do? And then basically told him about Harvey and stuff, and then he's laughing. He goes, and you're led to believe he went to Arkham.
Yeah. When we never see him again after that. That was the end. And then basically the rest of it deals where you have Batman end up going to see, or Gordon ends up going to see where Dent has his...
Because Dent kind of tells him where he's at. He's like, show up here.
He's like, you show up where my family died. Yep. And then he ends up confronting Dent, and then Dent has his wife and kid like hostage.
He's crying, begging for them and stuff.
He's like, just let my family go. And he's like, all right, well, you got the thing is, heads or tails. And then basically it goes to the point where he's doing his coin.
I had to say goodbye to mine, and he basically had a gun toward his kid's head.
Yeah, it's like, really intense.
And he's like, heads or tails, and he goes, flips it as you think, oh god, it's about to land on the bad one, and he's gonna shoot his kid, and then Batman spears
pushes him over. Yeah. Which people are thrown off because they're thinking that when Batman he does this, that he killed him, but he really didn't. He was just trying to save his son.
Well, he kind of did.
Not really.
Which I wish they would have done and just killed Joker.
No, I don't think he actually killed him, because when he pushed him off, Batman was still he still himself
used his body for the fall.
Used his body for the fall.
So maybe they were led to believe he went to prison.
Yeah.
Arkham. But that never is ever established.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like, the way that he pushed him, it wasn't necessarily to intentionally kill him. It was just to, like, get him out of the way. So I think it was one of those things that the fall still broke him, basically.
Yeah.
But I think it was more of, like, because I think what it was that Dent fell first, and then Batman fell second, so he landed on top of him.
Yeah.
Or however he did.
I don't know, but yeah, it is, Dent died.
Yeah, he did die. He's dead.
Yeah.
But basically, after Batman, he's pretty much, collapses, and he's pretty much damaged from falling down. He believes that because he tells Gordon, he says, he's like, I'm not the hero. People.
Well, no, he says that, he goes, if people know that Joker successfully won this battle.
Yeah.
And turned white, Harvey Dent successfully won. Because they said that Joker wins in the end.
Yeah.
Joker won this.
And they can't pin the crimes on Joker because they realize that there's too much corruption involved, that the only logical explanation would be to pin the crimes on Batman.
Well, no, it's not that. It's it's basically, it goes like this. Yeah, they can't do it on Joker, but then they go, we can't let them know that Dent turned into the bad guy.
Yeah. So to protect his
legacy, say I murdered him on accident.
Yeah. And so basically
he's got a warrant out.
He's got a warrant out his arrest, and this is where basically when this is the perfect ending right here, because it shows where he's running, the cops are going after him,
and then it shows him and it turns black with his cape.
Well, and then basically he tells his son, he's like, "Where's he going, Dad?" He's like, "He's become a watchful protector, a dark knight." Yeah. And it ends the fucking title screen and says The Dark Knight. I was like, that can perfect.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate perfect.
I'm sorry we had to talk from scene for scene in this movie, because this to me is my most favorite superhero film ever made.
This is everything you can have from a Batman film. Not only does it work as a Batman movie, but also as its own crime film with Batman in it, it still works too.
And I will tell you right now, we all have our opinions on this. I'm sorry. I think Heath Ledger is the best Joker that's ever happened in history.
I know that.
And I don't see anybody getting close to him ever. I do have somebody I'm going to bring up as a runner-up. You'll be surprised who I'm going to mention, because a lot of people don't give him enough credit. But Heath Ledger, I've never seen somebody take something this hard and nail it so easy.
Yes.
This is his best performance of his entire career.
And it's the one he won the Oscar for.
And it was so good that superheroes don't even get Oscars, and this movie won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Of Best Actor. I mean, supporting actor, wherever he was.
Yeah, he's supporting actor.
Yeah, supporting actor. And unfortunately, he didn't get to carry it away. His wife and his daughter did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he still...
he died, actually, while they were still putting the film together.
Well, it was after they were, in the post-production.
Yeah, the post-production. So, he died, unfortunately.
He still finished the scene, as he just didn't get to see it.
And I will tell you it now, I mean, I'm not into, like, movies like, I'll give him credit for, like, Brokeback Mountain, but you gotta say the dedication that he did in those last few movies, Brokeback Mountain and that, you gotta give him credit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
One of the best actors of our time. Yeah.
Definitely. And with the way that the movie just builds, like, it's everything you expect from...
I felt like when he died, I lost a lot right there, man. It felt like it hit me like a family member died.
It's what I'm saying. Like, he had such a career that he could have went on with after this,
He actually changed. Like, I personally think he changed superhero films.
Definitely.
I think I'm not trying to discredit anybody. I think he changed it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think he changed performances of ever. Like, I will still talk about him when I'm old.
Absolutely. He's one of those actors of this generation that really perpetuated everything you can think of with that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and with that said, I'm giving this movie 100% high phenomenal grade.
Absolutely.
This movie is not only my favorite movie of 2008, by far, and not only my favorite superhero film by far, but this is actually in my top 10 favorite movie ever made.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Yeah. Not just that, but not only Heath Ledger did blew it completely, out of the water, but you got to I also give credit as due for everyone else. Christian Bale, once again, he's great.
Aaron Eckhart did awesome.
And I know people have criticism with Batman's voice, the way he used it in this film, because it's the one where people make fun of his dark voice. But I still fucking loved his intimidation. I still loved Christian Bale as Batman and Bruce Wayne. Yep. He carries a lot from both sides completely. And everything from the action, from the story, the twists and turns, everything you could expect from a Batman movie, this is the one to go to. Yeah, absolutely. And with that, I'm giving this a high phenomenal grade on the Film Phreeks reader as well. Yeah. So we'll be back in part 3 of our retrospective coming soon. We'll see y'all later.